We were supposed to go live. I sound funny. I don't sound like I'm on my. I should be on my roadcaster. Yeah, I guess I am. It just sounds funny. Does it sound funny to you?
Sound kind of tinny.
I hear like stuff in the background back here. Maybe we're too close together.
Oh, well, it could be.
Oh well, we're trying something different here. See if I set your microphone off. Well, never mind, that was me. Yeah, if I shut yours off, see now I sound normal.
Yeah, it's the two mics.
Yeah, we're too close, so we'll have to get dynamic mics. But anyway, we were supposed to go live on members only channel. We were there, nobody was there, so we shut it off. And I told Sue, I said, let's just do one of my famous surprise lives, and we'll just jump on there and see if anybody's on there and see what they want to talk about.
Oh my goodness!
And chat's going by a little quick for me to see it all on here.
But, yeah, there's a lot of people here already.
Yeah, Sue's on here, so if you got any questions for her, you can ask her.
Yeah, be kind, not be, don't make them too difficult.
I'm also going to flash the phone number up here in a little bit. So if you want to call in, I did this call-in thing a couple times before. It kind of worked out okay, and then it kind of didn't, but we'll try it again if you want to call. Matter of fact, if you guys have already got the number, if you've been saving that number, just go ahead and call. But anyway, how's the weather where you're at? I'm just telling you, down here, it's hot.
William just said in Fruitland Park it was 104.
I know, it's just terrible, terrible hot.
I can't believe that.
We try to do the porch setting Wednesday, as you guys know, and even on porch setting, it was just so hot that the iPad, once again, just shut off.
Yeah.
That's why it's in two parts. I don't like doing that, but what else am I going to do?
And they do make, they do make a thing for the iPad to cool it off, but you have to have it laying down. And when we're broadcasting out front, it's sitting up.
Yeah, here's what I do is I take a big glass of ice and I shove a wash rag in it. And then when it starts getting hot, I just kind of lay it across the back of it. I don't want it touching it because I don't want water to get inside. And with the outside fan blowing on it, it kind of helps keep it cool. And believe it or not, that works. Wrestler Mania's here. I haven't seen him on here for a while. I called him earlier to talk to him for a little bit. I had some things I wanted to ask him. How do I know? I forgot that people do work on Saturday. He was at work.
Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. Drew 43 wants to know what's the favorite Italian place to eat in or around the villages and what dish?
Well, everybody knows if they watch me, I go to Olive Garden. I'm sorry. I know it's not what everybody's looking for, but I just like it, and that's where I go.
And my favorite is Francesca's, but it's not inside the villages. We do have some very good Italian restaurants, though, and there's a new one opening in Spanish Springs, where was that other one that FMK had?
You're asking me?
Well, I mean, they have Coastal Del Mar over there, but they're taking over the 1812. Can't think of the first name of it. What was it originally? The one you liked in Spanish Springs.
Oh, that was what was the name of that?
We're both sad, I'm telling you. Yeah, I for some reason I can't think of that name.
I'm mind blank.
Yeah.
The very first one when we first came here, that one I really liked that.
Yeah, well,
had your own little brewery in the back.
Yeah, and then they took over and they had that name, but it was 1812. And I said, and then they sold to FMK, which is open. They're opening their own Italian there.
What's the chat say? Because I know some of these people.
Oh, okay.
I already know.
Augustine's.
That's it, Augustine.
Why did we forget that?
Yeah. A guy that lives in Illinois tells us what we don't even remember.
We're getting old, guys. What can I say?
Job. By the way, there's the phone number right there. If you want to call in and talk to Sue or ask questions or whatever you want to do, or me for that matter, give us a call.
Yeah, and somebody's a call.
Hold on a minute. You're on the air. I can't hear nothing.
Have you got the sound turned down?
No. Wait a minute. Okay, now talk to me.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right. Well, I just wanted to call in and say to Sue, you are my most favorite YouTuber. I love you so much. You are great. And how do you put up with that grumpy old man anyway?
I drink. Nice to hear from you. Yeah, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Did you see the comments on porch sitting where the lady said that we did such a wonderful job, and she called us Jerry and Linda?
Yeah. Why do people do that? Why do they want to get on my channel and harass me like that?
I think she originally just didn't know. But she did say we were doing different stuff than other YouTubers. So
yeah, then she calls.
Oh, that's true. Well, that's great. Well, I tell you, well, this is Jamie, by the way.
I knew that.
No shit.
I knew that. Okay, but anyway, I just wanted to call Skip and you and just tell you guys that you guys are doing a fantastic job. You really are.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Yeah, you're a suck ass.
I hope you didn't have to work too hard today.
Hey, this has nothing to do with the villages, so I can use any language I want, right?
That's right.
Because you know that YouTube's going to demonetize the whole thing now for saying that.
Wow. Oh, probably. That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can have fun.
So I got nothing to lose right now. So don't get on my bad side.
Okay. All right. Hey, well, you guys have a great time. I'm going to get off the phone so someone else can call in. I'm sorry, what?
I watched your video a while ago, Maine at the an old fort or battle place or something like that.
I go to all kinds of old forts.
Well, the one you just put up.
Oh, I don't know which one I just put up because I have so many out scheduled for the future. I forget which ones are coming out.
I know. I do the same thing. I forget. You were in Maine, and it was no battle fort, and you went up to as high as I think 3 stories going up to look at stuff, and you got on the roof.
Oh, that could be a Fort Edgewood.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
How many more videos you got?
I have about 30 more.
Yeah.
I have them going all the way out to December right now.
Oh.
How do you keep straight? When I do my RV and we're gone for like a month, I just video everything and then put it on a card, hanging on to it.
Yep.
And then when I get home, I got files says like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. and my mind says that's the way I want to put them up. Day 1, that way everything's in order so it makes sense to other people while they're watching it. But then sometimes I'll go through them and there'll be something missing, and I know there's something missing, and I'll go to I'll skip ahead a day or two, and there it is. And so I got to take part of it out of there. I just get confused sometimes. When it comes to organization, I am not the man.
Oh, the way I do it, I actually put in just what state I'm in, and then I put another file on what it is, because I really don't care what order it's in, because the way I do my videos, it's just I introduce where I'm at and then I do the video. So it doesn't really matter what order they're in as long as it's within the same state. So that's just the way I do it. I don't sweat it anymore. I used to, day by day, but now I don't worry about that anymore. I just every day, actually every place I go to, even if it's within the same day, I start it off as though it's a completely different video. So it really doesn't matter what order it comes out.
Huh. Well, I was just kind of wondering how that was.
Because you have no organizational skills.
Not really. I don't think I do.
I used to do your filing. I know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have a good one. I'm sure there's other people getting ready to come in and call you. So I'll get off the phone and give them a chance.
Well, I've been playing around with my microphone. I'm too close to Sue. I don't know what to do here. See, I got Sue's mic shut off now, and I know I sound better because it sounds better to me in my headphones. But as soon as I turn it on, I start getting a lot of the room stuff back there because I think I'm coming through her mic over there.
Yeah, it is very echoey, and there is a way to counteract that, but I forget how to do it. It's been such a long time since I took the classes, but there is a way to do it.
Shut me off.
Well,
There
yeah,
you go.
that's what I've been doing. Like right now, I just shut her off. But if she wants to say something, no, I got to turn her back on. I'm thinking it's about distance, getting maybe the microphone. Maybe
Oh, it is.
maybe I can turn her down. Would that help?
Well, I tell you what. How about you turn hers off and you scoot your mic in between the two of you?
Well,
That's a thought.
I could try that. I don't know. This microphone I got, it's not. Oh goddamn! Wait a minute.
You're killing me. You know that.
Yeah. See, well, I can put it over there. You tell me, how's that sound? It doesn't sound very good, does it? I can hear it in my headphones. It sounds. I hear a room.
I don't know. That sounds better than it was when
Yeah,
mine was on. Actually.
No, I'm hearing you through the phone now because I shut everything off from the computer so it wouldn't
Okay.
echo. But on the phone it sounds a lot better. You're not getting that background echoey noise.
Okay.
So I think it sounds better.
So you think I'll just leave it the way it is?
Yeah.
Or maybe I could use Sue's. She's got a condenser mic and that picks up further away. Maybe I could turn hers on and shut this one off.
There you go. You can try that.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Where's it at? Let me pull it over here. Let me
Now,
put
now everybody gets to see like a little bit of behind the scenes stuff that we go over when nobody's listening or seeing or watching.
Yeah.
He's
There you
been
go.
dying to do that.
That looks about right there, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. No. We'll get that out of the way and we'll use this other one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If I have to
All
lean,
right.
if I have to lean over a little bit. If I have to lean over a little bit, that's okay.
Mark Berry likes your UPS trailer sitting back there.
My what?
Your UPS trailer sitting on the table.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
That's my retirement from UPS. That truck is made out of, whenever they retire anything from UPS, they grind it up. They don't sell it to anybody. And whenever they retire one of their jet planes, they grind it up, and that's part of their jet plane. They make all them little plaques right there and give them to people that retire.
Yeah. Really cute. Really cute. Christopher Herbert says, say howdy doody to my friend Bob from Boston who lives in the Villages. Well, hi, Bob. Uh-oh.
He just hung up.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Whereabouts does your friend live in the Villages? Do you know?
He don't know. It's just in the Villages. Is this thing working? I couldn't hear myself for a second. See, I got to figure out a better way of doing this.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, the temperature. Today here, it felt like probably 112 degrees. It was probably in the 90s, but
I actually did not even look.
Well-
But somebody just said Fruitland Park was 104, so
it's
it's up there.
yeah, it's hot.
Mhm.
It's hot. I mean, it gets so hot down here that literally that people say, well, I'll go to the pool and get cooled off. Well, you can, I suppose,
The
but
water in the pool is so warm, it's like
Yeah.
bath water.
it is. It's like taking a bath.
Unless if they just clean the pool and put more water in it, then it's not so bad. But otherwise, it's very warm.
Victoria Channel says, can you have a non-screen enclosed glass lanai with a pool, or do you need to be two separate areas? You can do anything if ARC approves it. That's the key. Trust me on this. I can't answer each and every question because depending on what property you buy, what lot you have, there's things called setbacks, there's easements because of utilities and whatever. Even in the backyard, we got an easement in my backyard because that's where all the cable goes for TV and stuff like that. You can't plant anything on top of that or within so many feet of that, or supposedly you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
But if you want to put one in there, and our neighbor wanted to put in a pool, and his easements and setbacks were so big that he couldn't do it, but they came out and they showed what he could do. He calls the pool company, and so they ended up putting in, I want to say, like an exercise, a lap pool.
Yeah.
A lap pool. I don't know what that is, but it's not the size of a swimming pool.
Yeah.
So if ARC says you can do it, they'll sign off on it. You can do it. So that's what I would do is if you come in here and you just buy a lot, or if you want to buy something that you know you want to put a pool on, make sure you get it checked out before you buy it. We had another neighbor that bought a corner lot and his yard is huge. It looks huge. He wanted to put in a swimming pool. Come to find out, the setbacks from the main road was so far, he couldn't put the pool in there.
Right.
He ended up selling the house and moving.
Right. Right. Yeah. But get ARC approval for anything, even if you don't think you need it.
But I'm talking about before they buy it.
Yeah.
If he knows he wants the pool, and you know the real estate people down here lie to you 99% of the time. They play dumb. They don't know nothing.
Yeah.
How does he guarantee himself that I buy that house, I can put a pool there?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how you guarantee it.
Well, like I said, get your realtor to propose it to the ARC and ask, make sure. Because you really need that, because they're really funny about that. If you do something first and then ask them, they get a little bit crazy.
They do.
Yeah. So
All we're trying to do is help prevent a big headache in your life. And we're not know-it-alls. We're not trying to make anybody mad by saying stuff. I just want to help prevent you from coming in here. And I've seen them do it. Come in here, make a mistake that costs them literally tens of thousands of dollars.
yeah.
They'll come in and without even thinking, they see a neighbor over here. Here's an example. That's all I'm saying. They see a neighbor that's got rock instead of grass, and they think, that's a good idea. I think I'll do that to my yard, because then I don't have to worry about fertilizing. I don't have to worry about watering, all the good things about having rock. So they call a company, whoever they call, Jose's yard company, whoever it is. He comes in there. He don't care. All he cares about is getting your check. He does all this work, puts it down. Then later on, you find out that in your area, rock in place of sod is not approved. And there's a big thing going on right now in a whole big neighborhood that they're forcing these people to take the rock back out and put sod back in, because that's our district rules there. And we're talking tens of thousands of dollars to do stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
don't get in that predicament.
Yeah. Find out first. That's the way to do it. Just find out somehow first.
Bresser says, sorry, I hung up. I thought you were done with me. Yeah, when I'm done with you, that's called goodbye.
There's your phone.
Yeah. You're on the air.
Hi, Skip.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Okay, I love your show, Sue, and you are hysterical. I am calling from New York.
I'm not saying anything. I get in trouble every time I mention anything about New York.
Well, I have to give kudos to Sue for putting up with you, but I think you two are hysterical. And being from New York, I don't take offense of anything.
Yeah, it's like I tell them. It's like to tell the people that send me those emails and stuff. Say, hey, I'm just reading you the newspaper. That's all I'm doing. I don't make this up.
Listen, I love the news. I try to watch your porch all the time, but most of the time I'm getting you on the replay.
That's all right.
Because I never catch it in time, but I love it.
That's all right. We understand. Matter of fact, we've even talked about changing it from noon, because I've heard other people say that too. We've even talked about changing it from noon to the last time we had it, because I overslept, basically. We didn't have it to 3 in the afternoon?
4
o'clock in the afternoon. And we had more people come to that show than any of them.
Yeah. And then I told you, because a lot of people still work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully soon I want to plan a visit to the villages, on a lifestyle visit, as soon as we can get the opportunity to come down. But I want to do it in the summer, because I want to see how hot it is.
It's hot.
It's hot.
I do realize, I'm sorry, I do realize it's hot, because I have relatives that live on the West Coast and the East Coast. But I want to try to stay a little more central, because I want to stay away from the hurricanes if possible.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we chose being in the central part of the state. We looked in different areas. We looked around the Orlando area, here, Ocala, anywhere was in the central. We did the coastal thing, and after seeing some hurricane damage, that was our conclusion. When you're 80 years old, do you want to go through this? I don't.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah. And it was scary, looking at that stuff and thinking, oh my God, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, that was the thing that scared us. The idea of living on the coast is great. Who doesn't want to live on the coast?
Yeah.
I just don't want to deal with the problems that goes with it.
We love the Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda area. That it's a very nice area to us. But like I said, we seen the damage that the hurricanes did down there, and just like I said, it wasn't our thing. No.
Now I have just a question. Is it true what they say, like you can get to the beach on either coast within like an hour and a half?
Yeah,
Yes.
that is true.
But you know what? We've got some alternatives. I took a couple ladies the other day to lunch, and I took them to a place called Eaton's Beach, and it's actually on Lake Weir. It's only about 20 minutes from here, and they have swimming, and they have the ski-doos, and they got paddle boards. Everything you could do at the beach, only it's on the lake. Plus, they've got a great restaurant there too. And I said, we've got some great alternatives. You don't have to go all the way to the coast.
So I have a question. So if you swim in that lake, there's no alligators in there, are there?
Yes.
Yeah.
The rule of thumb in Florida is if you see water, there's a gator in it.
But they
Okay,
do
so
have a
then-
fenced area.
So at Eden Beach, they don't do anything to keep the alligators out.
I think they have a fenced area. I'm not sure how well that keeps the alligators out, but there is an area with buoys all in a square there where the people are swimming. So I think it is
that's
closed
to
off.
keep the sharks out.
Well, in the lake, I don't think there is a shark.
She said on the beach. There ain't no lake with a beach.
No, at Eden Beach.
Oh, Eaton Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I go there to drink and eat.
Yeah, but they've got a square area there where everybody was swimming in, and it's free to swim there, believe it or not. It's
Oh,
really cute place. It's got a tiki hut downstairs, and I said an open bar and restaurant downstairs, and then on the upstairs it's all enclosed and air conditioned. And
that's great.
yeah, and they've got
Yeah, 'cause
really good food. So it's all our alternative to the beach.
Oh, that's great because my husband's fair like Skip can't be in the sun because he's had some things removed from his head.
Right.
Has all, and he has to stay out of the sun, but I love the sun.
Yeah, I do too. But for 30 years I couldn't be in it because of the medicine I took, and now he can't be in it. So we're better off not being on the beach.
Right. Well, I figured for like a half hour at a clip, stay out there for a half hour and then enjoy the shade. But I just love looking at the water and love
Yeah.
looking at the beach,
Well,
Oh, yeah.
it's so pretty here. We've got so many pools here that it doesn't enter your mind to go to the beach, actually.
I know. I'm a pool person. I had a pool in my yard up until last year. After I think I've had a pool over 30 years, and now we don't have a pool anymore, and I miss it terribly.
Yeah. Well, everything here, I mean, it's walking distance from here, and that's the way everything's kind of arranged. Each neighborhood that pretty much, you can walk to the pool.
I know. I watch you guys all the time with all the information, and I think it's wonderful. Skip does an excellent job. I really do love the channel, and I'm always looking, and I'm bugging my husband. When are we going to go? When are we going to go? When are we going to go?
Well, I said you got to make your reservations soon because
I know.
somebody told me they were backed up to April 24.
Yeah.
I don't know
Wow.
that for a fact, but that's what they told me.
Yeah. Somebody
Yeah.
told us that. So they.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna get on that, I guess, for the summertime. Because, like I said, I would like to come down like middle or end of June.
Yeah.
Beginning of July.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All right.
Figure
Well,
right.
is there anything else we can help you with? I got another call coming in.
No, I just wanted to call and say I love the channel and basically you guys do a great job and I watch you all the time.
How sweet. Well, we love you too.
Thanks so much. Appreciate you watching.
I love the channel and basically you guys do a great job and I watch you all the time.
Okay. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes. Skip. How
Yeah.
you doing? I'm Todd.
I'm doing
I'm
good.
down here in Texas, and I watch your show all the time. I missed you over there when you came to Wharton down there and did your stay there at the
Majestic.
Buc-ee's over there. My question is this.
Oh, Buc-ee's. Yeah, you're not supposed to spend a night there.
Well, I'm sorry. I hear you. But I ask you a question. Out of all the areas that you visited in your golf cart, what area is pretty good for a guy who's single? I'm come down as a bachelor. Me and my girlfriend are no longer together. What area do you recommend for me to go into and for a villa?
They're all good. I really can't that's the hard part with the villages is that everywhere in the villages is a good area. There's some areas that aren't so good because of the district rules. And this is just my own personal opinion, and I'm just using my own personal opinion. But the historical area is a nice area. It's a beautiful area. They don't have near the trouble up there as maybe I make it sound like. But because it's such an old area, there's a lot of people up there that inherited Grandpa's house, and I wouldn't want to be around it. That's just me talking. But
Right.
it's a nice area. If you're wanting to rent or buy a villa, good Lord. I mean, we had a villa there by not too far from Lake Sumter Landing, and it was great. We never had a problem. We could walk to Lake Sumter Landing if we wanted to.
Yeah.
The ones they got up at Spanish Springs. Now, their villas up there, the patio villas, are a little further away, but not too far from Spanish Springs, right behind Spanish Springs, within walking distance. Actually, there's a neighborhood there of courtyard villas. They're all 2-bedroom.
Right.
And those are nice, and it's a secluded area too. So
And they're building the new ones
up there,
where the country club was that they tore down.
are those going to be villas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, they'll probably be the more expensive ones though, 3-bedroom, 2-bath kind of thing.
I just want 2 bedroom, 2 baths. That's all I want. I'm pretty much more of a modern home, but I was just wondering if you can give me some direction because I want to come down here probably September and do a little drive by and meet you and your wife. But I love your show. I watch it usually when I get home because I drive truck too for a living, and I come home on Friday night, and I usually turn you on and I get a good chuckle and laugh on the stories you tell. But I mean, he's got away with words with them, which I do like. Plus, he drove trucks, so we kind of relate, in a lot of ways.
So you
But,
understand.
Yes, man. I understand the way he is, and I know how he is. When it's not a job, it's a way of life.
Yeah.
And for to stand alongside what he did, I understand you too because of what he did for a living. But I love your show. But so if I come down, I'll just have to get up with you, meet you, and maybe buy you a beer. But you do a great show. But if you have any more input on a good area to go to find a villain, I would really appreciate it.
Well, let me ask you this real quick because there's so many
Yes.
patio villa areas to go to. Some are more secluded than others. What do you think? What do you think you want to do on a regular basis as far as getting out? Golf, bowling, whatever.
I mean, I'm back playing golf again. Card games. I mean, anything. The pool areas. I've never ever done pickleball. I want to try that.
I'm going to give you a name of a villa area, and there's 2 other villa areas there that I'm going to recommend for you to at least go in and look and know their pickleball is a walk down the road. You can walk to the pickleball court. You can walk to the tennis courts. You can walk to your your
Rec center.
yeah, what's it called? Neighborhood rec center, neighborhood pool. You can walk downtown Lake Sumter Landing. It's called Catherine Villas.
Okay.
And that's where we had ours. Now on down the road's another one. What was it called? One further.
Kaylee.
Kaylee, Kaylee.
Yeah.
Kaylee Villas. Check those out. Those are really nice areas.
Now, depending on your age, if you're on the younger side of 65, you may want to go to the southern end because that's where the younger people are.
I'm 57 years old.
Okay.
And next few years I make a decision what I want to do. But see, I'm originally from Florida. I'm from a little town on the west coast called Hudson, Florida. So I drive truck for Walmart, so I know the area real well.
Okay.
Up through there, and I delivered all the stores done it, but everything got expanded over the past 20 years. I've been gone now 28 years from where I live. But I'll come down in September and check it out. Maybe meet up with you and your wife. But I love your show, Skip. Like I said, I get a chuckle out of you, and thank you for all your information.
Thank you so much.
Hey, no problem. Call back anytime.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thanks, Skip.
Thanks,
Have a good
buddy.
day.
Thanks for calling. Damn. I'm no Howard Stern. I should have people in line here to call in.
You should have people. I don't like that camera.
I don't mind the camera. I
It's
like
too
the
yellow.
angle. I like to show people see. People like to see different camera angles.
Yeah.
I get this all the time. I get these emails and I put them up here, and then I try to play game. But yeah, it's got a yellowy tint to it, and I don't like that.
I don't like that.
I don't know how to get rid of that, but I'll work on it.
And that's not my good side. Like I have a good side. Oh my goodness. Give us a call. You got some questions.
I'm about to change the other camera. How's that? See, that's got a much better picture, more of a tone quality
Yeah.
about it.
Now Karen says that in DeLuna they were all around your age, so that's some.
How old
place
did
to
he say
check
he
out.
was?
57.
57? Oh,
Uh-huh.
shoot. He wants to hang around with some of them young chicks,
Yes.
the ones that still wear high heels. After a certain age, they go to flip-flops
Yeah.
for everything.
Trust me, it's safer that way.
I like the flip-flops. It's got the shiny buttons on top because it goes with my dress.
Well, you see what happens when you fall down. So, yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah, the southern end, south of 44, that's where the younger people are. And but even at that, we've got several singles clubs here. And I said that doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter where you live. But like Skip always says, you know, pick out what you want to do, and that'll give you an idea of where you want to live.
Hot Job says caller number 5 wins free tickets to the music at the Brownwood Square.
Thanks, Hot Job.
David Kozak, I ain't seen you on here for a long while, buddy. Where have you been?
Yeah. Terry ain't strangled you yet, so.
I'm just getting caught up on some of this. I'm so far behind.
Karen says she's in flip-flops.
It's a way of life. Deb had a thing that she, when she came down here, I don't know why it was a thing, but it was a thing. She wanted to go one full, complete year and never have to wear anything but flip-flops. And I think she done it.
Yeah.
I think if somebody would have died and she had to go to the funeral so she wouldn't have to break her record, I think she'd have wore flip-flops to the funeral.
She had a white pair for funerals. She had a real fancy white pair for funerals. She did.
Jay says, I'd rather swim in a hot pool than any lake in Florida. I have to take his side on that one because there ain't going to be no alligators in that pool.
Yeah, I'm, you know, we sit there and watch when we were eating lunch. We were sitting there and watching. I mean, people were there with their kids, and also I think they have something there that blocks it off, but I'm not sure. You know, if you're concerned about it, I would ask. But yeah, I think I'd rather go to a pool too. But it's the, I don't know, it's the ambiance. You know, it's the sand and the water, and I said all the ski-doos and the paddle boards and that kind of stuff. You know, it's that kind of a thing. And
I'm getting text messages
Oh,
because
yeah?
of that phone number there.
oh,
This one's from Ron Ross. Am I supposed to say their name?
I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry if I'm not supposed to.
Is it Ron Ross or?
Well, people send you text messages because they don't want nobody,
Oh.
you know, so and me, big mouth me, you know. Says, love you channel. We are subscribers. We built a new home in the village of DeLuna and settled in October 2022. I heard you mention Knightstown, Indiana on porch sitting on a Wednesday. My wife is from Knightstown. Yeah, I won't say I grew up in Knightstown, but when Dad bought his farm down, this is before Highway 70 went through. That's actually what caused Dad to lose his farm when Highway 70 cut right through the middle of it. Broke his heart. This is why I hate that eminent domain to this day, because I remember what it done to my dad. And yeah, in Knightstown, they had a little corner grocery store. Can't remember the name of it. And then across the street was kind of like a local cafe thing. I remember going in there. We went to the old Knightstown High School.
As I say, you went to school there for a
Yeah, I
couple
know
years,
there's
didn't you?
there's a new high school there. I went to Central when we had, let's see, it was first and second, and then fourth and fifth grades, right? Or fifth and sixth grades.
No, don't ask me. I didn't.
I think it
live
was
there.
fifth and sixth grade, and then seventh grade was junior high. That's when you went down to the big school. Junior high and high school was all in one building. So yeah, and then what was his name? Frazier Fawcett, the funeral home. If your wife will know, she'll know I'm talking. Frazier or
did.
Fawcett Funeral Home. I went to school with them. So yeah, I and the cell barn. I love going to the cell barn. Till this day, for some reason, I told Sue, I said, you can believe it, but that cell barn had the best hamburgers I've ever had. They did.
I do remember the sale barn, and I said they had the best sloppy joes.
They
I
sure
mean,
did.
Yeah, they really did.
And it could be that maybe back then, and I don't know if it's true or not, because I was a kid, but back then, maybe the Amish was running that restaurant.
Oh, I don't know.
Because you go to Indiana, you go up to what's the name of that town?
Shipshawana.
Shipshawana. There's a lot of Amish up there that have little Amish restaurants and things. We went to Amish restaurants when we went over to Lancaster. Was it Ohio?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania? Was it Lancaster?
Yeah.
Went there. I got to tell you, man, them people know how to cook.
They do.
Anyway, says her family has been there for years. Her mom and dad were Bob, and he must have got cut off.
Oh.
Okay, I appreciate it. I trying to think of some people I remember there that maybe she'd remember. Howard and Helen Simmons was our neighbor, well, our nearest neighbor on the farm.
How about the car dealer? We always bought our cars out there.
Gosh, what was Art Egan? He had a American Motors car dealership down there also. And yeah, he cut us some deals because he worked with my dad. Harm Davis had a horse farm. I knew some people down there. Maybe she might remember him. I don't know.
Yeah.
People,
That was back a few years.
people are texting. Call me.
Okay.
Hi, Skip and Sue. This is Chris and Don from New York. This could get ugly.
We love New York. We do.
We do, but when I get hate mail sometimes about the news. They don't want me to talk about New York anymore. I say, hey, I ain't making this up. You guys are doing it, not me.
Yeah, seriously. I've seen some of that mail and I can't believe it. I mean, you know, he's just reporting the news. It's not that we hate New York. Everybody we've met from New York's been wonderful.
They've been wonderful.
Yeah.
We've had dinner with them. We've met them for drinks. We went to their house and talked to them.
Yeah.
We have no problem with New York at all, other than I went there once in my semi truck to deliver a load of stuff in downtown Bronx. And I swore to God I'd never go back to that town. Those people can starve. If their food depended on me, they're going to starve.
Yeah. But, you know, there's so many people here from New York. I was reading in the paper the other day, they were saying where so many thousands was coming to Florida, and they were given the numbers, and the highest amount of people was coming from New York. Really?
The number one state in the United States that's losing population every year is California. I know that now. The number one state moving to Florida might be New York.
Yeah, it was. That's what it had in the paper. And New York and Texas.
I'm kind of, it says, we are not going to visit Florida. Flight is not our state. But we want to let you know that we watch the show just because we love your humor. Well, at least you kept your humor.
Thank you so much. But, you know, don't put Florida down. Like I said, if even if you have to drive here, you know, we do fun things here, you know, and we do them in the sun.
And then it goes on to say, we love your humor. We love the stories when you talk about your neighbors. Do I talk about neighbors?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know, you had the mayor of Carbondale and Tommy, and I said, you've had some
when
of
they
your
drop
neighbors.
by? No, they just drop by. That's what porch sitting's all about.
Yeah.
Everybody knows if you're driving by, walking by, just drop on by. We'll have a bear or something out on the front porch and we can just chat. But then, just like the last one, no, just because we have nah, and that's the end of it.
Hit the arrow.
Or hit an
Says
arrow.
view all.
Oh, never mind. This is the phone they give me, and I don't know how to use it.
It's my old phone. That's why I know how to use it.
Watching your show. Thank you. Skipping sale. Okay.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And I said, we don't think bad of New York. They just happen to make the news a lot.
And because I said something about texting, of course, Jamie sent me a text and a picture message. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just like everybody in school, you just don't know how to follow directions.
He says that the Pennsylvania Dutch are awesome cooks. It's very hard to lose weight there in Pennsylvania.
Well, I was running around that whole area there because I was looking for the Amish Mafia. And we went to...
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think they're everyday guys?
Yeah, they are. They're just that's just a show. They're just everyday guys. And when we went to this one Amish restaurant, I asked the waitress about it. She knew exactly what I was talking about. She said, no, they come in there once in a while, but they don't have like a regular day. Most people have a regular place they go have breakfast and coffee or lunch or whatever on a regular basis, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever. And that's what I was looking for. Well, one day, I think it was the last day we were there, I went to a place and she said, they're up at so-and-so. I forget where they were at, but where they were at was where we were at the day before.
Yeah.
And so I missed them and we had
Yeah.
to leave the next day.
Oh, Marjorie Smith said, thanks for taking her call.
No problem, Martin. No problem. That's what the phone number's up there for.
Oh, Hot Job says we need a cruise with Skip and Sue and the WNL crew.
Yeah.
A week at sea with Skip would be great entertainment.
Yeah.
We'd all be drinking.
I'd be the guy falling
Trust
off a
me.
ship and they'd be looking for me.
You'd be thrown off. Yeah, and they do that down here. They have with the entertainment. Scooter has a cruise, and Rocky and the Rollers have a cruise. They're like 3 or 4 day cruises, I think. But yeah, they have those kind of cruises down here. That's kind of cool.
I ain't famous enough to have a cruise. I forget. I don't know who sent this. I don't see a name, but it says, "Hi, Skip and Sue. John from New York here." New York's ganging up on me.
Yeah.
Says, "Love your show. Question. I've heard that homeowners insurance and car insurance has risen a lot in the past year. Have you noticed any big increases?" You have to ask her.
The car insurance, no. The homeowners insurance, I'm waiting because mine comes due like August or September. And so they should be sending me an estimate here shortly. So I'm waiting to see if mine goes up because I have heard that everybody around here has. But they said that last year and mine didn't. So I really don't know yet. But they keep talking about it. The governor's talking about it. And it's been on the news and in the papers. But most of it, I think, is around the coastal areas. Now, we haven't had that much trouble here because I said we're inland. But it will go up because the companies, they got to make money, and we've had a lot of hurricanes here, did a lot of damage. And so it's cost them a lot of money. So, what are you doing? I didn't want to talk to that camera. I don't like
But if
that
you're talking to them, you have to look in that camera.
Well, I don't like that camera.
I don't care what you like. That's what you have to do. Follow direction.
Okay. But anyhow, yeah, we don't know yet what we're looking at. So like I said, in the next month or two, I'll find out what ours is going to be. And I'll let you know if there's usually a little bit of an increase every year. But if there's a substantial increase, I'll let y'all know. Because, Skip will be whining about it for months. So
Whining about what?
About insurance if it goes up.
I don't want to know.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Her mom and dad, I'm back to the guy at Knightstown. Now that I know I got to hit that view all button, I'm reading the rest of his message that got cut off.
Oh.
It says her mom and dad were Bob and Hazel Trump. That don't ring a bell to me. Great last name, though.
I guess.
And they owned the Texaco gas station around 40. I knew the gas station. If I remember right, they had if that's the same station, I think they had a garage. This is one of the old gas stations that I really miss. Had a garage next to it where if you had a flat tire or needed some oil change, it was a garage right next to the gas station right there. I think that's, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Not too far down the road on the right-hand side used to be, I don't remember the name of it, was a house trailer factory that made, I don't even know what they were, but they made house trailers in there. And then not too far down the road from that to the left was a graveyard. And that's where all of our neighbors from Nicetown, Howard and Helen and all of them, that's where they're at. I know you don't care about any of that, but I'm just kind of giving you an idea that I know the area you're talking about.
Oh, that job wants to know what's the story about the picture of the girl on the wall.
Girl on the wall.
It's not a girl, I don't think, if it's the picture you're talking about.
You talking about that one right there? Say yes or no. You see where I'm pointing? You talking about that? There's a letter on the back of it that's 55, 60 years old.
Yeah.
That was the first gift that I give Sue for Christmas when we were going together as kids.
Yeah. Really.
It's worth nothing, but that's what it is.
I love that picture. I thought it was really beautiful at the time. So
And this thing over here, I don't know if you can see it or not. I have to get out of the way, get my fat out of the way. This with the cranker. That's an old phonograph player, and it's full of records, the big ones and the small ones and all kinds of stuff down there. I have never taken them out. I don't even know what's down there. Let me show you.
Yeah, it's full of records.
Well, I'm always afraid I'm going to tear the paper, and I don't want to tear the paper that they're in.
Yeah, because it's got the old records in it too, and some of them are.
See here, this stuff. Where's the camera? This stuff is old, really
American Recording.
old. And these things are heavy.
Yeah.
And this one here, it says, what does it say? The Rickety Hickshaw Man. No, the Rickety Rickshaw Man. I don't even know any of these people. I can't hardly see it to read it. It looks like
Yeah.
Eddie Howard and his orchestra back during the orchestra days. Anyway.
It was back before RCA. That's ARA. American Recording Artists. But yeah, there's a bunch of records in there.
It completely works. Everything works. Once in a great while, I will crank it up just to make sure everything's working good on it, and I'll play a record or whatever on there and listen to it. But the story about that is her brother passed away years ago. He collected these things and he would fix them. I don't know if that was a hobby of his. I don't know, but he had several of them. Well, his wife was downsizing and she was selling everything in the house, going to sell the house and downsize to a smaller house because he had a big house. I mean, he had a house. It had an indoor swimming pool. This was a big house, and she couldn't take care of that. And she had this and 2 or 3 other ones out in the garage. And I asked her about it. I said, "What are you going to do with all the music boxes out there?" And she says, "Well, I'm going to sell them. You want one before I advertise them?" I said, "Yeah, I'll take one." And we had our SUV up there. No, we had the van. That's what it was. I had my van. And I said, I just picked one out. One of them he had painted black. I knew I definitely didn't want that. That destroys the value. This really was one of the only ones that was left in original condition.
Yeah, there was one that crank was broke. His
Yeah,
grandson broke
needed
the
a
crank on it.
spring. And anyway, if you look at this one, you might say, well, it needs to be refinished. I'm not doing that. I know for a fact that if you leave them alone, leave them in original condition, they're worth more money.
Yeah.
And so I bought it and brought it down here because it was Sue's brother's.
Yeah, and we used to have well, Skip's dad had a old-fashioned music box.
Regina.
Yeah, it was a Regina music box, and it played the big like saw blades. And you've seen them in the Ford Museum. They've got several of them, and I don't know if they ended up with ours or not, but I love to watch that thing. It was probably 4 foot tall, and the saw blades was as tall as I am. And when it would go around, it was like a music box. It would hit the holes and make the music. It was beautiful. Just love that thing.
I don't know if this is a new message or not. It says July 22nd. Is today July 22nd?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is from the New York people again. She sent another one that says, "Hi, Skip. Years ago, we visited Florida, and there were tarps over houses spraying for bugs. No, what you saw was hurricane and wind damage to roofs. And there's blue tarps. That's probably what you saw, a bunch of blue tarps. And yeah, they do that while they're working on the roofs to keep water from penetrating into the house. And at one time up around Mallory, literally everything down, that was a tornado went through there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And every house had a blue tarp on it because of the shingles got tore off and stuff like that. As far as termite problems around the villages and things like that you might be referring to, I'm just going to tell you exactly I'm just going to tell you how it is. I think it's a sales technique. I don't know anybody that's had a termite problem here. In 25 years I've been coming here, I have never sat with anybody that told me, man, we just had to get our house fumigated because we just got infested with termites. Well, maybe they are here. I'm sure they are, but I have never heard anybody here ever talk about having a termite problem. And 90% of the homes here are stucco. I mean, I realize there's some wood in the attic and stuff like that, but they got to eat through the brick, I guess, to get up there. I don't know. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's that big of a termite problem that people like to let on about because I've never seen it.
Well, I said the climate here is good for those kind of things. I mean, they really thrive in the heat and the wetness. But And I said, and if they did see something that was completely covered, that's probably what they were doing, is fumigating. But yeah, I don't know of anybody that has here.
Hey, Skipper, I said, you didn't do that. Bat crazy. I'll put it that way. Bat crazy. Lady chopping her neighbor's tree and driving her car into his yard and attacking him with a stick. You know, I got to watch what I say because, believe it or not, just today, just from that report alone, I got some hate mail from people saying that they don't find violence amongst people funny at all. And I should watch what I say and everything, because violence against men and women is something that shouldn't be tolerated. And I'm, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I'm not making fun of the violence at all. What I'm making fun of is their actions to it. When a lady comes after you with a golf cart in your backyard swinging a stick, tell me that's not funny. That's funny.
But from now on, you're going to have to do a reclaim saying, that we don't agree with domestic violence. But I said, how you go about it might not be too funny. Yeah.
Or the guy that turned his golf cart over, he's half drunk, he's overweight, everybody my age is, and he's got a seatbelt on. Good reason not to have him in a golf cart. And he's hanging upside down. He can't get out because he can't get the seatbelt off. Now tell me that's not funny.
I know. Wrestler has put up the link to where you played the record on the phonograph.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did do one once, just to show kind of what it sounded like. To the younger people, they're going to look at that and make faces and go, "Well, that's disgusting." But if you're old enough where you can remember your grandparents playing this kind, I remember my grandfather and my grandmother, his second wife, actually, his first one died, but the second one, he had an old Philco radio, I think it was. Philco? I think it was Philco radio in his living room. Now, they had black and white TV back then. It wasn't much, but you remember the rabbit ears on top of it where they pointed this way and that way to get something to come in? Yeah. But he would sit and turn that radio on at night and have his newspaper, and he would sit there and that's how he listened to the news, was on that radio.
Wow.
You're on the air.
Hello, Skip. This is Karen calling. How are you?
How you doing? I'm doing good.
I'm doing good. Hi, Sue.
Hey.
I just thought I'd call in and give you a big thank you for a wonderful job you did on our video.
Oh, well,
now I know who you are.
It took him a few minutes.
You couldn't recognize my New England accent?
Well, after a while, they all start to sound the same. I don't know. But, yeah.
Either that or a few beers in and they're all the same.
Yeah, I think your video came out on Patreon today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was wondering because I hadn't seen it.
Well, it won't.
But I'm not on Patreon. I don't pay you.
No, Patreon.
Oh, well, you got to pay to get to see them without the commercials, right?
Yeah. My members get it.
That's right.
Yeah. So how are you?
I'm doing really well, but I wanted to say I did think about one other thing that I wanted to do when I got there besides the bathroom is I need to do my decorating because we did all of our work getting the furniture, but I haven't done, my decorating yet.
Right.
Yeah. So, we got to get a little bistro table for the kitchen and I've got to decorate my walls and stuff, but when you look at the video, you're like, oh my goodness, look at how bare these walls are. I've forgotten all about that.
To me, sometimes that looks great because I'm one of those people that I haven't got a bare wall.
Right.
Unfortunately. And I've always got something on the walls. But I love the homes that I go into and what they call the minimalist.
Yes.
I love that look. I just personally, I can't do it.
No. You had told me that you tried, but you just can't.
I just can't. But like I said, that's just me. And I don't understand why I go in somebody else's house and it looks great. But to me, I just can't do it.
No, it's however you were raised, right? Whatever you like. Yeah.
I just love too much stuff. That's what it is.
When are you coming back?
At the end of the year, probably.
Oh, okay. So you're going to do some more decorating when you come back in, probably?
Yeah, probably.
Well, Sue can take you around. She knows where they're all at.
Oh, yeah. I've gotten pretty good at finding all the little nooks and crannies there, but yeah.
Yeah, you found a couple that I had actually forgot about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
furniture barn. I hadn't been there in years. So
Oh,
I'd
that
forgotten
one
all
was
about
really
them.
nice.
Yeah. Well, I took
It's
a couple ladies to a couple stores yesterday.
okay.
And I said, I said, I just drop in every once in a while. I don't need anything, but I drop in to see if they may have something that interests me.
Yeah, and it's good to get nice ideas too, like
It
things
is.
that you might already have. You could just rearrange them a little bit.
When there's so
So
many people that come down here that live in different places, they bring stuff with them and then they get rid of it when they get down here. So I see stuff from different stores than what I would find down here.
right,
And so that's
and
interesting to me.
right. I just wanted to say for your listeners, if I could throw a little tidbit out for them, Skip, for those people that are thinking about coming down and living in the villages, they should really make sure that they do their due diligence and get two real estate agents, the MLS that can show them all the pre-owned homes that are not listed by the villages, and then a villages real estate agent so that they can see all of the homes that are for sale and not just either one or the other.
Right. And we have a couple that we really like and that we recommend.
Mhm.
And I said for new homes, you got to have a villages realtor.
Absolutely.
But you don't
Right.
want an agent. If you can, you want a realtor because an agent doesn't have to. They don't have the truth and disclosure thing.
Absolutely.
So
Right.
you
And I
want
just,
a
they have
realtor.
to really, and that's just something that we learned because here in the Northeast, you know, you have your seller's agent and you have your buyer's agent, but you only have one person representing you.
Right.
So if I'm buying a house, I have a buyer's agent. So that was a little different of a concept for me to have two different ones that would represent me as a buyer.
Yeah, and that's hard. You know, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around it. If you want
Mm,
something new, you have to go to a village's agent.
right.
But like I said,
Exactly.
Ira Miller, you know, he just had his grand opening of his own office.
Yes.
And like I said, I was so thrilled for him. He does such a good job. And he
Yes.
deserves it, you know, to be out on his own. And like I said, they had a very nice party. And
Oh, good.
I'm really, really glad that he was able to do that.
Yeah.
I went for the free food.
Oh, that's wonderful. We were very sorry that we weren't up there and that we couldn't partake, but hopefully we'll be able to go to, if he has another one, we'll be able to go. But
Right.
he said, Kevin did talk to him this week and he said that it went really well.
It did. Like I said, he had a good gathering. And
Yep.
then like I said, good food, good friends. You know, it was a nice get together.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I'm glad. So that's all. I just wanted to throw those few thoughts out. I wanted to say hello and give you my appreciation for all that you do because it's we can't thank you enough.
Have you got your house rented?
No, not
No.
yet.
Okay.
Well,
No, not yet.
it'll come out on YouTube, I think, Monday evening, and so you might get a couple phone calls from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
hopefully, anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. So, okay. Well, thank you for everything and you all have a good night.
Oh, you too, hon. Hurry back.
Okay.
Tell everybody in Rhode Island we said hi.
I will. Talk soon.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Um,
I didn't recognize her voice at first.
I don't know how you could miss it. She
I
could
thought it
have.
was somebody from New York. I swear to
Oh.
God, I did. No.
No, that Rhode Island accent's pretty recognizable to me. Yeah. Jerry Bell says, "What's at the Colonial Pemaquid State Park in Maine?" I have no
He
idea.
must be talking to Restormania.
Maybe. Yeah. Must
Yeah.
be. Oh, and Karen says she wondered what the party was for. Yes, that was what the party was for. Ira, and he was working for Realty Executives, but he's done well, and he's opened his own realty. I Am Realty for Ira Miller, and nice. It looks like he's doing very well. And he's one of those people that we trust. You know, we don't give out a lot of names for that kind of thing. But he's one
Oh.
of the people that we trust.
Let me butt in real quick while I remember.
Sure.
If anybody needs a phone number, I get so many emails all the time, especially about low pressure water washing. People, I get them every day, want to know the phone number, want to know the phone number. Now's the time to ask. I have cards.
And it's no.
See all these cards? I have cards for people that we've used. I can give you phone numbers
Yeah.
if you want them.
And it's no pressure.
Oh, it's low pressure.
No, it's no pressure.
Yeah, probably that's what it is. Probably no pressure.
Yeah. Oh, well, Ruster's got to be going. It says it's a long day and he hadn't even eaten since breakfast. So
Yeah. His wife has given him the look.
he says he's going to pig out and watch some Jerry and Linda and go to bed.
Oh, oh, you backstabber, you.
Oh, have a nice night, Rustler. I said, you deserve it. Get some rest.
We get done here, I think I'm going to have me a Coke and some kind of whiskey. I don't know what it is. Somebody brought some whiskey here a while back. I want to, whoever, if he's on here, and I don't know what he is. What was that called? That last bottle?
Rough Riders.
Rough Riders. Damn, that was good.
Ford guy.
With Coke. I don't drink that stuff straight, but with Coke, that was pretty good.
Yeah, Ford guy 65. Yeah, he drank all my booze, Ford guy.
I did. I couldn't help it.
My goodness.
Laura Lamb says, imagine spending $80,000 to $90,000 for a pool. She's about right. I hear the average cost is $50,000 to get a pool installed. And I think our neighbor down here had one installed years ago before COVID. And they came in literally with a semi-trailer. The pool was just a big fiberglass thing. They just dig a big hole, stick it in there, put the dirt back in, and they pack it in. They plumb it up, all that kind of stuff, the drain. It's all put in. And then the last thing they did, as far as the pool and water goes, they put in this kind of like a waterfalls thing on the corner of it. I thought it was going to be a hot tub, but I don't think it is. And then another company comes in, not the pool guys. I think they subcontract this. They come in and then put down pavers. You don't see very many, or I haven't seen any actually, concrete floor. I don't know how to describe it, that goes around the pool. They use pavers. And actually, I like that. The pavers are not waterproof. The water will soak right through the paver. It's gone really quick. And if something should break, it's easy to pull the paver up, do what you got to do, and then put that paver right back down. But that's another company that does that. And then the water filtration people, which is part of the pool people, they come in there and then they hook all that stuff up last. They turn it on, let it run for like a week. It was a long time to get everything going. They checked it 3 or 4 times. And then after that, now another company comes in. That's your birdcage company. They got to come in and put a wire screen birdcage. You know what I'm talking about, screens all around the pool because you don't want them love bugs and stuff to get in there.
Yeah. Oh, and the best thing about it, like I said, I'd never seen it before. They have what they call screens with a scene. So they're privacy screens that comes down over the screen house. They've got privacy screens all the way around, and the screens have pictures of the ocean. It's pictures of the beach on the ocean. So when they put the screens down on the whole inside of their pool area, it looks like you're in the ocean. It's the coolest thing. I've never seen those.
Yeah, I did see them. I kind of liked them. Actually, I'm thinking about, there's so many upgrades I still want to do. I want to put a mini split in my lanai, and actually somebody here in the Villages, some guy's wife. Well, I think he lives in Villages. I could be wrong about that. Maybe he just lives in Coleman. When they say Coleman, I'm thinking Villages anymore because I think we own it. But anyway, said that if I was interested in it, that her husband did that kind of work. I don't know if it's part-time or what. And he said the price is very reasonable. Give him a call and he'd be glad to come over and give us an estimate. And yeah, I haven't done that, but
For what?
mini split to install it.
Get your hand out of your mouth.
My hand ain't in my mouth.
Well, I said it blocks your voice.
It does?
Yes.
Oh, I got to come up with a
better system.
Well, I'd like to have one of those shotgun mics. It goes up here. It's very directional. That's what they use on television.
Yeah.
And they sound really good, but you got to be right directly underneath of it. I got to checking them. A reasonable one is $1,200
Really?
for a mic.
Well, I don't think you have room for it anymore.
I know that's a big problem here. I got to clean this. I got to get
Yeah.
this. I don't know what I'm going to
Yeah,
do.
we could buy a house just to put the studio in. Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
What was I talking about before I was rudely interrupted?
The mini split.
Mini split. So but I had a point. That wasn't it.
You said the lady said her husband put them in.
Oh, upgrades. And another upgrade is I would like to get, I think, one of those remote screens for the garage door, because especially in the summer, it gets so hot in there that you want to leave the door open so the air can kind of circulate.
But you don't want any little critters in.
But yeah, and then the snakes and lizards and
Well,
whatever.
and remember the bird we had?
Oh yeah, we had a bird to come in there, a dove. If you leave
Yeah.
the door open, and a dove will come in your garage, I
Yeah.
guarantee it, and get it on your garage door opener motor and make a nest up there. That's where they
Yeah.
always go. But I'd also like to have insulation blowed above my garage. I'd also like to get one of those solar fans in the attic so it'll help suck that air out. It's just
The list goes on.
it does, and it's really it's all about money, you know. And I don't have a lot of it.
Linda Kay is watching from Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah. Oregon.
That's one of them states we've never been to in motorhome yet. Oregon, Washington. I've been to Washington during apple season in a semi truck, but I never really saw much of it. Just went in, got my load, and got out. I don't know if there's ain't much up there for me to actually see, but I would like to go through Washington State for one reason. That's the way to get to Alaska. I want to go there.
Happy trails.
I may go by myself. If you can't go, I may just, but it'll take so long. Right now is the time to be there. Right now.
Oh.
And
okay.
I'm thinking, when do you actually have to start this trip to be there? Like right now? I don't know. William says, why not a vertical pool? I don't know what a vertical pool is.
I don't either.
Got me on that one, William.
Oh, Iowa. Mark Ryan's from Iowa. Yeah, what is a vertical pool? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Cindy Patterson says, I was shocked about setbacks. She says, ours is 10 feet. We have a huge corner lot, but can't fit as much as we hoped. I know that's what happened to our neighbor over here. He just bought the house. And then when he got the pool guy, the guy came out there and said, well, I got bad news for you, because most of the good companies here will get ARC approval. And they know. They've done so much of this, they know. And they told him the pool he picked out, we can't fit it on here.
Yeah.
And his lot's big.
Yeah.
I was shocked too. I had no idea.
And the one behind us that got the lap pool in, now they've also got a corner lot, but the lap pool isn't much bigger than what our lanai is.
Yeah, it's just like I call it an exercise pool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now that is one thing, their lanai is in the back, and the lap pool went on the side, and they did have room for that.
Me personally, I don't care about having a pool. I had one once before. They're a real pain in the butt.
It's a lot of work, and I said, with so many pools here, let somebody else do the work.
Yeah.
Buy all the chemicals and that kind of thing. Because like I said, you're within walking distance. Most every neighborhood is within walking distance of a pool.
Hot job, says Skip. When is Fat Bob? Fat Bob's getting to be famous. Coming back. I don't think he's going to come down here anymore in his fifth wheel that he's got. He stays over here at Recreation Plantation over here during the winter. He got that plan where you're 6 months here and you can leave it here, but you can only stay in it for 6 months. I don't know how that works, but he said that when he left, he said because of COVID, the prices got so expensive over there. And I believe that because houses here went up like $100,000 a piece.
Yeah.
I don't know what the price is over there now. I mean, because I don't go there, but that's why he left. So I don't think he's going to come back unless the prices go way down. And like everybody else, he's getting older. And as he gets older, he may not want to travel that far anymore. But I'm trying to talk him into for next March. I do know that he went and looked at some of my videos because I caught him about Rockport.
Drain that away from your mouth.
Yeah, about Rockport. And so he's checking it out. And I told him, I said, if you're going to go down to Rockport, truth of it is, I wasn't planning on going back down to Rockport this year because I've been there so much. I mean, I got nothing against Rockport. I don't mind going there at all.
Yeah.
But I was just going to find someplace else to go in March. I didn't know where. Had no idea. Like I plan anything anyway. I don't plan nothing. So but I told him, I said, if you're going to go down there, I said, let me know. I said, let me know ahead of time. Don't wait till the last minute. Because if we're going to go down there, I want to make a reservation now. to make sure I got a spot for a month.
Yeah.
So generally, Rockport at Majestics where I go, those people sell out for the winter 3 months at a time, and I don't want 3 months. But we might be able to get a month. I don't know. I'd have to talk to them. So, and we can't go there. I know several places we can go.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. And so far, the only message I got from Fat Bob, because he sent some of the goofiest text messages you'd ever see. Yeah, let me see if I can find one. I'm going to show it to Sue. Maybe I can show it to you too. I read them and then I try to put it in my head. I'm wondering, what's he trying to say?
Yeah.
And then you got to think about spell check, right? Spell check will change a word, and then you got to figure out what that word was.
Oh, good night, Kevin. He has to go. Evidently, he has to work tomorrow. So.
I got a message on here from Jamie. You see?
I see.
It says, "You good, mate?"
We're good.
God.
Night.
You know, I would not know any of these people if it wasn't for YouTube.
That's true. That's true. We have met so many nice people. I ran into a couple of people at the farmers market today.
Here it is. Here's the last message. This is the only message I got from Fat Bob. The red is him sending me a thing. And that it's not a question, but there. That's what I got. What does it say?
Rockport, Texas, Majestic Oaks RV Resort.
Yeah, that was it. Now I'm supposed. What is that? Is that a question? That's just what I got. So down here, there's my answer. What does I say?
What about it?
What about it? No answer. I have no idea what that says.
Maybe he was just asking you if you got it right. No.
Well, he's looking.
Yeah.
So if he's going down there for say the month of March, and I'm saying there's a possibility he might.
Yeah.
But if he does, then he's going from Indiana south. I'm going from here to there. We're probably going to meet up somewhere in Houston. I-69 goes right through Houston now.
Buc-ee's.
There's a Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
And what's it, Wharton? The guy just said it a while ago. I think it was Wharton.
Well, there's one in East Houston, but there's also one in Warden. Yes.
That's off 69, one in Wharton.
Yeah.
Right. We'll probably meet there. I'll probably park and go inside and eat some barbecue sandwiches and some Tex-Mex
Yes.
breakfast wraps and some Bucky nuts and God, I don't know. Oh, the candy they got that I like.
Oh yeah.
That you can never find because they're always sold out.
Right. 2W says, hello, Skip and Sue from St. Louis, Missouri. We love the news and we love hearing your opinions.
Really? Do you really? Do you really?
Say, don't get him started. And I said, if you ain't figured it out, you know, we don't agree on most things.
Nah.
We agree to disagree.
I don't even agree to that.
Or we ignore each other, one or the other.
I got a thing from GoPro.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, got something called a Black Mini on sale for $199. They send me these things all the time because I'm a club member. And the reason why I'm a club member, in case you guys don't know, this is just because I use my camera so much. So I'll tell you, I wear these things out.
Yeah.
You punching the button so much, the rubber wears off.
And who ever heard of wearing a camera out? But yes, he does.
I do that. GoPro 7. She's seen it. It's almost done, but it's past its time. You buy a new GoPro camera and you're a club member. I can return that camera anytime I want within 1 year, and they'll send me another brand new one. Now, that may not sound like a lot to you, but if you use them a lot and you wear them out a lot, I wait till that 11th month, and I'll pack that baby up and send it back to them. I got to pay shipping to get it there. It's in California, which ain't that much. And then they send me a brand new one.
Yeah. But they have a lot of stuff that comes up, a lot of good sale items and what have you if you're a member.
Kevin sent me a text message saying, "Are you live?" No, Kevin, we're not.
That was probably from a while ago. Oh, Brickyard Brickhead sent you $4.99. It says, put this towards your TV mic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about all this crap,
The heck was that? Did I do that?
Evidently, I didn't.
Barney?
Barney Fine.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to nip it in the bud. Everybody, I'm just letting you all know.
I must have hit that accidentally. I love Barney. We're going to nip it in the bud.
Yes, thank you, Brickyard
Oh,
Brickhead.
Lord.
And I said, we won't be getting that microphone real soon, but
Oh, no.
well,
I ain't paying $1,200 for a microphone. Good Lord.
we'll wait until it gets on sale.
I'm constantly fighting for subscribers more than anything. Get enough subscribers, then we might get that microphone. But
Yeah.
as of right now, no.
And let's see.
I think we're going to end this here in just about 2 minutes.
Yeah, we're
Well, we've been doing it for over an hour.
yeah.
Hour and 18 minutes.
Pamela Hall says hello from upstate New York. The best part of the news is when Skip laughs. It's contagious. It is, isn't it?
I can't help it. I got this picture in my mind, and I feel sorry for the guy who got beat up by his wife, but it's what she said to the cop. Well, before I got off of him, I got a couple of good hitting closed fist punches in. That's funny.
Yes, and domestic violence is not funny, but yeah, that part of it, yeah, I had to laugh too. But, William says years ago we had our house rented for tenant for termites in Homestead, and burglars broke in and stole a bunch of stuff. Huh.
Well, Homestead, it might be true, but here in the villages, I'm talking about out of 25 years of sitting at the squares talking to thousands of people, I've never heard that subject. Of all the guys I played golf with, had lunch with, had dinner with at the beer, the normal crap that we talk about.
Right.
I've never heard one person say, my neighbor has got termites all over. He has to get out. I've never heard nobody.
And I haven't either. But I do know that a lot of people get the Massey or the Dean, that they get the whole works. They have the termite control, the mosquito control, the yard spray, the tree spray. They get all of that from one dealer, and so they just don't have to worry about them.
I can understand that. Here's what you're going to get attacked with here, and just get used to it, because there's no ending of it. You can just keep control of it. Ants. There's a very, very little bitty. We get them.
Yeah, sugar ants.
And I think they come through the window where the bushes are at. They come in, they get through the house side away. That's the only thing I can figure out, because they're not coming through the concrete floor. They're not coming from the attic.
Yeah.
But there's these little bitty, minute ants, little bitty.
And sometimes you wonder if you actually seen something, or if it's just a floater, because they're so small.
And you'll get them, and you can spray, and then they go away for a while, but eventually they're going to come back.
The terabytes is about the only thing that I've found that takes care of it, and they've got it in liquid form where you can put it on a piece of cardboard or something and sit it in a corner, and then they've got the actual traps.
And then the only other thing that you're going to have, I don't care where you live, anywhere in Florida for that matter, except maybe the northern part, but I doubt it, is cockroaches. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're in your flower beds. They're underneath the mulch. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And so you're going to get them. Down here, they don't like calling them that. They like to call them palmetto bugs. But when you see them, you're going to know what it is.
But like I said, these big companies, they usually spray for all of that. If you get one money, and they do it all every month, so supposedly. So.
That's what I do. I got this bug spray. It's supposed to kill everything. I don't know. Maybe I'm not even supposed to be using this stuff, but I just put it in the sprayer about once a year. I go around the house. I just soak the flower beds next to the house. And it seems like that pretty much keeps them at bay, but it doesn't keep them out of the garage. You can spray a line across the driveway, but that doesn't really do anything. They get in there just like the little geckos. You're never going to get rid of them. They just show up, and I don't know how they get in some places, but they do. We got a lanai that's completely glass enclosed, and I guarantee you, once in a while, you go out there and there's one in there. How you got in there, I don't even know.
And Pamela wants to know if we have to deal with red ants.
No, I never seen a red ants. The worst ants you're going to have, it happened here when it was a brand new neighborhood. I think it happens in all brand new neighborhoods, but I can't speak for that. But it did happen here. We had fire ants.
And I think that's what she's talking about, the red ants.
Oh, okay. Well, fire ants. And I just went to Lowe's. They got this stuff for fire ants. It's like a granular product. You just sprinkle it over the anthill. And by God, it works. I mean, like the very next day, I went out there with my hand and I dug that anthill up. There was nothing in it. Totally nothing.
Yeah.
About a week later, though, about 20 feet away, a hill popped up again. I think it was them. I just moved them somewhere else. So I threw the stuff on that hill. The very next day, that hill was dead. There was nothing in it. And about a week later, it popped up in my neighbor's yard.
They will keep moving.
Yeah. And he says, I think I got your red or your fire ants in my yard. I said, here, I got a bag of stuff for you. And I gave it to him. I said, just put it on there and just keep chasing them on down the road.
Yeah. Oh my. Karen says in Hawaii they call them B-52s because they are big.
What?
The ants.
Oh, the ants?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the cockroaches.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
She
Well,
doesn't say.
you got them. And it's just something you got to live with.
Yeah.
I know up north, cockroaches meant you were dirty, trashy. And that's, down here, no, it's down here. These cockroaches are kind of like mosquitoes up north. Everybody's got them.
It's the weather. They said the hot and the humid weather draws those kind of things, and you just have to deal with them. But most people, like I said, they have Massey or Dean's or True Green, and they spray for all that stuff at one time. So.
Or you could do what my cousin does. He just sits back and drinks a lot of beer, and he has a pistol, and he shoots them.
God.
He did. You remember Virgil?
Yeah.
Virgil Hanna? Yeah, he lived on a farm. He came home from the military, went over to Vietnam, came back from Vietnam, and he used to go out in the barn with a flashlight in the middle of the night. And I don't know, man. I think back to some of the things that I've seen, wondering if they didn't have what they call it back. What they call it now? Back then, it was called shell shock.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
it called? The PSTD or whatever it's called.
PTSD.
He would sit out there in that barn. I kid you not, in a chair, and he had his pistol and a flashlight. And sometimes I'd walk out there, and he had a beer sitting next to his chair, a quick case of cooler of beer. And I say, "What are you doing down here, Butch?" We called him Butch. He goes, "I'm shooting rats." And every now and then they had these little in the barn, his dirt floor, and they'd have these holes, and he would turn that light on in a certain hole, and if it was a rat with his head sticking out, he'd try to shoot us. He'd sit out there for hours and do that. Was there something wrong with him? I don't know.
It'd just be a man to me, Oh, Ford guy's here. Hey, Ford guy, we were just talking about your bourbon.
I drank it all.
Skip drank it all.
I did. Well, Sue had some.
It was pretty good stuff. That Rough Riders.
If nobody's going to call, I'm going to take the phone number down.
Oh, okay.
Let me get all the comments because if somebody wants to call, do it quick because I'm getting ready to end this in about 5 minutes.
Oh, and John and P sent you $3.
Who?
It says John and P.
Oh, I don't know. I can't see. Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
So now we have what? $8 to go toward that mic.
Yeah, there you go. We'll get there. So
I was just thinking if we're going to do a call-in show, because we could do it like we do before out there on the other table with the other computer, with your own camera, your own stuff. I could do it that way. I just thought this way might be, I thought it might be sound quality. I thought it might be better, but apparently not.
Yeah. Well, and I don't normally get to spend Saturday night with you. You're usually in here by yourself.
Susan says, hey.
Hey, Susan.
A pool with a waterfall edge and hot tub. Well, I don't know if she got a hot tub because I haven't been over there in a long time, but yeah, she does have the waterfall edge on it, which is nice. I just thought maybe that might be kind of like a filtering system, but maybe not. But if they put I wouldn't have a pool unless I had a hot tub attached to it. It just, to me, that doesn't make sense.
And that's on our want list.
No, not real. What, a hot tub?
Yeah.
Yeah, hot tub, not a pool. I don't want a pool.
Yeah, no, we don't want a pool, but the hot tub's on our want list.
Yeah, I would like to have a hot tub. Makes my back feel so much better.
Yes.
I just sit in it and drink beer.
Yes.
I just sit in the hot tub like the hillbilly I am, drinking beer, and as the neighbors walk by, hey, neighbor!
Fortunately, they put them in the back.
Most of my neighbors are snowbirds. They're not even here.
Oh, well, no.
This gives you, I was watching from the RV channel, kind of weird because that's the channel that sent me a notification. Well, at least you got a notification. I didn't even get a notification myself.
Everybody said they got it on the RV channel.
Well.
And then you turned it off, didn't you?
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Right there they are. There's both channels right there.
Oh, okay.
I put it on both of them because I'm trying to get people to watch the RV channel to come over here and subscribe.
Oh.
You're on the air.
Hello, Skip. It's Dave from Indiana. How you doing?
I'm doing great, buddy. How's Indiana doing?
We're doing good. We're getting some rain here today, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. Is it hot?
Oh, it's hot and sticky, hot and humid.
Yeah. Is the corn knee high by the 4th of July?
The only corn around me is in the stores. We're
Yeah.
Northerners.
Hey, Skip. Hi, Sue. It's Yolanda.
Hi.
Hey, Skip, what's this we're hearing about the Villages going to get a spring training baseball team? Have you heard anything about that?
That started several years ago. I don't know if they ever got anywhere with it. You're probably hearing rumors and stuff, but I do know a long time ago, and I think it's a great idea for the Villages and a developer if he wants this place to grow more than what it already is. They were trying to get some major baseball teams because we got softball fields around here everywhere, and they're pretty good size.
We got like 300 softball teams here.
Yeah, and with the Villages having all these hotels built here and stuff like that, I don't know if we got enough, but I'm sure that they could figure that out. But yeah, they were trying to get one time I think they were trying to get the Detroit Tigers to come.
Oh,
here
and the
for
Red
spring
Sox Nation here is big.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a lot of people in Red Sox Nation. Yeah, they have guests come down every once in a while, and they have seminars or what have you. And like I said, I'm not a big baseball fan, but yeah, that nice. I was really surprised. I think I had it in the paper once how many people actually belong. And I thought, gee.
It seems like a good fit. You think out of 150,000 villagers, 4,000 or 5,000 would go to a game? I don't think that's unreasonable.
No, I don't either. And I said they go to the hockey, not hockey. What am I thinking?
What
Polo.
are you thinking?
The polo. They go to the polo games,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and I got to tell you, it if you can sit through a polo game, you can go to a baseball game. No, yeah, I don't think it'd be.
No, I'm like you. I think it's a good fit.
Yeah.
I think all in all, I think that would just be great. I think everybody's home values down here would go up in value because of that. I think the developer will sell a ton of homes because of that. I think the hotels will do a great business because of that. So yeah, I think it's a good deal if they could work it out.
Can't think one negative aspect to it. I think it's all positive.
And look how much more beer they could sell.
Oh, plus that's a good thing. Grandkids and visitors to go to something to do right in the village. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially golf cart accessible. We just drive our golf carts down there and watch them play.
I think it's a great fit. I hope it happens.
I do too, but now keep in mind, this has been going on for a long time, and I haven't seen anything yet. Whether they're still even discussing it, I don't know, but it could happen someday.
Well, and they've got so many teams that come down here for spring training, and they go a little farther south though because the weather's a little bit more reliable. But yeah, it wouldn't be surprised me if they showed up here.
Yeah, one other thing, I don't want to dominate the conversation here either. I saw AAA and Farmers Insurance pulled out of Florida. That's interesting.
They did?
Yeah. Yes. Well, AAA isn't writing anymore.
Yeah, but we had the Farmers Insurance agent on the WNL show.
Yeah, well, I said this was just recent, this last week.
So he's out of a job now.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what all policies they write, but yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this insurance thing. I mean, so far, I don't think we've really noticed that big of a deal yet. But eventually, if they keep pulling out, we're going to see it.
And I tell everybody that we had State Farm up north, and when we come down here, State Farm had quit insuring houses. But then a few years after we'd been here, they started doing house insurance again, and now they're saying they're here for the long haul. So maybe they're picking up the customers that's leaving AAA and Farmers. I don't know.
Hopefully, yeah. Well, I don't want to dominate the conversation. We just thought we'd check in and saw you were live, so we thought we'd hop in.
Great.
Well, heck yeah. Yeah, we were going to do a live. We do it once in a while. We go live for our YouTube members only and talk to them to see what's going on. And I went up there, and either I said something wrong, I don't know, but there was nobody there. I felt so embarrassed. I thought there's nobody here. So we said, the heck with it. We'll just come over here to YouTube and do it.
Well, you're still like our favorite uncle, so somebody must like you.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
a lot. Thanks a lot.
Good chat with you. Best wishes.
All right, man.
Bye-bye.
Be cool.
Debbie says, appreciate you guys being here this evening, watching from Maryland. Debbie and Dave. Hey, Debbie and Dave.
Are they new? That name don't ring a bell. If you're new, welcome. I always like to know who comes to these things new. I like to know if we're growing.
Well, I know several Debbie and Dave, so I don't know.
I know. I mean, I talked to Karen 2 days ago, and when she called, I didn't even recognize her voice. I mean, that's how my brain works.
Skip Richards said he just watched the Village Middleton High School, and those fields look incredible. Yeah, they didn't spare anything. Of course, the villages never do. They didn't spare anything in making those ball fields. It looks really, really good.
Laura, where the new Courtyard Villas are at up there at Hacienda Hills. I don't know if they've started building homes there yet either, but I do know because Jose sent me a picture of it, and somebody on here was asking about it. And he says, "You want me to send it to her? Or do you want to send it?" And I said, "No, go ahead and send it. I don't care." That they did have or put in some exercise equipment that's outside for people to use. So they must be getting close to start building if they haven't started yet.
Now, I think that exercise equipment it's over behind the pool, which is actually across the street from Hacienda Rec Center.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it is.
But it's outside exercise equipment like they have in Paradise and Rohan, and they're putting them in several different places. I think they're great. They got one down here at Eisenhower now, and I said they're neat being outside.
Hi, Jeff. Jeff says hi, guys.
Hey, Jeff.
Oh, Lord. What else we got?
And Debbie says, not new.
There was somebody calling here when he was talking. Now they won't call back.
Oh.
There's nobody here. Now they won't even call back. I only can take one call at a time. This is not a radio station where I got somebody working out there screening calls. So whoever you was calling, call real quick. I'm going to end this here not too long from now.
Debbie said they're not new. They just can't respond sometimes, but a subscriber. Well, thank you, Debbie. There you go.
See, they heard me. Hey, we were just talking about you.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
I just wanted to say, hey, how you guys doing? I haven't seen you in a while.
We're doing all right. You know, we're still living. We're still doing our thing. I mean, I'm doing all the YouTube stuff, and Sue does her paintings and shopping and paying bills and taking some of the people that's moved in here and taking them all around shopping. That's all we do. That's all she does is shopping.
Yeah, of course. I know that feeling.
I need a life, guys. I I can't get Grumpy to go with me, so.
I hate shopping. I don't like it at all. I would only go shopping if I thought there was some dinner involved.
I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I wanted to say that I'm going to come down and get that stuff finally in August. It was supposed to be June, but we're not getting there till August now.
Yeah, hopefully I'm here.
Oh, yeah, well, you're not. I'll have to wait till next time. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to take off here in the motorhome. I keep saying soon, but I've been saying that for a month and I don't know where yet. But we're going to go up to Indiana and
oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Visit all your family.
Well, we don't have much family left anymore, but yeah, go up there and see our grandson and our oldest boy, and we still got a couple of friends that's still alive, you know, and pick him up, and take him out for breakfast, and maybe go to the burger and kind of get caught up on what's happening in our old town.
Oh, and we're going to go to the Ark Encounter.
Oh yeah, that's the only way up. I told her, I said the only thing I want to do is I know it's somewhere in Kentucky. I want to go see the Ark.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that'd be a great trip.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't have nothing planned.
And see how many Buckies we can find.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to say hi. So I'll see you hopefully in August.
All righty.
Well, we'll be around.
See you then.
Okay. Have a good night.
See you, man. Thanks for calling.
All right. Bye.
Kelly B says, I'm stuck at work, so can't chat, but wanted to say hi.
Faye Gallagher says, I'm in flip-flops. You're live on the air.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm calling from Colorado.
Yeah. How you doing, Colorado?
Well, we're doing well. It's a little warm here, of course, but there you go. It's a quick question. Two quick questions. The first one you don't have to answer.
Oh,
Do you like your governor? And the second one is, do you get great seafood there?
No, there's no great seafood in the villages anywhere. There's some seafood that's okay. Don't get me wrong. There's seafood is okay and people eat it. But if they're not used to having fresh seafood, then they don't really know the difference. I've had seafood fresh off the boat. And when you've had that,
Okay.
yeah, when you've had that one time, you remember that.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's why I like going down to Punta Gorda once in a while, because the restaurant we go to down there, the restaurant actually has boat docks right next to the restaurant. He walks out on the boat and gets his shrimp, gets his fish, get whatever the special is going to be that day is what comes off of that boat. And when you've had that, and then you go to our seafood restaurants here, all the seafood here comes off the Cisco truck. So
okay.
Yeah,
we can get that here.
Yeah,
and it's good, but
we're nowhere near the ocean.
Yeah, it's not like fresh.
No, it's okay. Don't get me wrong. They know how to cook it and season it and all that stuff, but it's not fresh.
Okay. And your governor, yes, no, or no?
Me personally, my own personal opinion, and the old lady's already poked me in the side. She don't want me to comment on it all, but I love the governor because I'm tired of all these people. All their stupid. I got to watch my mouth here. I'm going to slip. All the stupid stuff that they do, and it's just nuts. I look at California and what that governor's done out there. I look at New York and what those people's done out there, and those same people are the ones moving out of those states more than anywhere, and they're coming here. And those same people
they're coming to Colorado too.
Yeah, and they try to change things wherever they go. They're trying to change things there to be like what it was that they just left.
Well, we have a fantastic governor here in Colorado, and but I would not vote for him for president. He's good for us, but he's not good for probably nationwide. He probably would never get elected.
Well, and that might be true. That might be true of DeSantis too. He might be a great governor. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see how things turn out, because I just think all this is turned into a circus act is what I think.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, nice talking to you guys.
All right, man. Call anytime.
You bet. Thanks.
Thank you. See ya.
All right. Bye.
So it's been in Florida 2.5 years, worn shoes 5 times.
I've not got shoes on right now. Usually when we do porch sitting, I don't have shoes on. And somebody yelled at me the other day. I was walking across the street to get a newspaper out of the neighbor's yard that didn't hear. And they said, "What are you doing barefoot?" And I said, "I don't put shoes on unless I have to."
I didn't realize wearing flip-flops was like a contest.
Well, but one thing I have learned is
hey, Stephen,
I buy shoes now that fasten on, because if you go to like the hospital or the airport, have you ever tried to walk across the airport in flip-flops? I mean, that the noise itself is annoying, but in the hospitals you have to go so far to get somewhere. The noise makes you crazy. So I have sandals that fasten.
Stephen wants to know is how bad. We can't speak for everybody, Stephen. I mean, we can only tell you what we do in our house. If you got $1 million house, your insurance rate's totally different than what mine's going to be, because our houses here go from, I'll say, less than 200,000, and I don't even know if it's even that anymore up in the historical circuit. Can you buy something for 160, 180 up there?
Yeah.
A
just
fixer
barely.
upper. A fixer upper.
Yeah.
To well over $1 million. I think I've seen
there's
one
$2
here.
million homes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I've seen one sell here a while back for 2.1 million or something.
Yeah.
So the insurance rates is all over the place. Is it a stick-built home like mine? Is it a stucco-built home? All that plays into insurance prices and everything. And I can only tell you that in our case, we've been here 9 years. When we first moved in here, I don't know what we paid, but how much more are we paying now than then? 25% more, 20% more?
Like I said, I haven't got the new insurance rates yet, but we're paying probably at least 10% more. But it didn't go up a whole lot. Like I said, it goes up a little bit, small increments every year, but it never went up a whole lot. But like I said, I haven't got my rates for this year yet. So I really don't know.
A lot of it depends on the weather. I have noticed that it seems like rate increases happen a lot right after a major hurricane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they have to pay for all that stuff.
Yeah, but it never goes back down.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the gas prices. We have this war over in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know what else is going on with that. Gas prices goes from $1.95, $2, whatever it was, up to $3.50, whatever, and it's there.
Yeah.
Now that war's going to end. You think gas prices are going to come down? I don't think so. You think house prices here is ever going to go down? I hear people say it all the time, and I sympathize. I do. I'm lucky that I got in when I got in. That I think I'll wait till the prices come down. What makes you think they're going to come down? And I say this for one reason. If they're still selling an average of 250 brand new homes every month now, that's what they sold them for last year, 250 homes a month. The year before, they sold 250 homes a month. If they're still selling 250 homes a month, why would the price come down? I don't think they will.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm wrong, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, the inventory is getting smaller though, so.
Well, if the inventory gets smaller and the demand stays high, that tells me the prices could go higher.
Well, unless it's so many people want to come to Florida.
I don't. Stay home. I don't want nobody down here. Stay home. We've got enough of people. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care.
There is a big exodus from the other states, and a lot of people are coming to Florida. I think it's because so many people are retiring. We're the baby boomer generation up until what, 2040 something. I don't know how long it lasts, but as long as the baby boomer generation is retiring, they're all coming to Florida.
Jerry Bell says, "Hey, Kevin, thought I'd switch to the RV channel and see what's going on." It's the same thing there, Jerry. Susan Ray says, "Hi to you too." Hi, Susan. Mark, Pam, Buddy, Our Village's Experience. That must be the name of a YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
So, Mark, welcome. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, remember I told you about them before because I couldn't remember their name, but I knew they had a dog.
Okay.
Buddy was the dog, but I couldn't remember their name. Hi, guys. I'm sorry about that.
What kind of dog?
I don't know.
I just wondered. I think there's a lot of personality in people that you can pick out by what kind of dog they have.
Yeah.
There was a big thing made about how a dog resembles the owner in a lot of ways physically. Like you see a big, heavy guy with jowls, and then come to find out he's got a bulldog. Yeah. It looks just like the owner.
I hate to think of what people think about us if they've seen our dogs.
I only had farm dogs mostly, but the only dog that we actually bought as a house dog was Maggie.
Yeah.
Years ago, we had poodles because my dad would breed them.
Yeah.
But other than that, Maggie's really the only house dog we ever had.
Jack was the boys.
Jack was the
kids.
Jack was a farm dog.
Yeah.
He thought at a long time, I think Jack thought he was a pig.
Yeah.
I have to tell you these stories because I'm telling you, you wouldn't believe them. But yeah, I think Jack thought he was a pig.
Okay. Karen says,
Bill B, I can't believe you didn't call me. You know that's my favorite place. Says, "Hi, Skip and Sue. We just got home from having ribs at Oakwood Fire and Grill."
You keep saying we're going there.
And I said last week we need to go there. I want to take a W&L cruise. And the reason why I ain't been there yet because Judy went to some Disney.
She went to Vero Beach for the weekend.
But she's got a Disney thing.
Yeah.
Timeshare.
Yeah.
So she went down there. So she couldn't go. So I thought, well, we'll do it maybe next week.
She's back. She's back.
We have to get it arranged because Frank has doctor appointments. And so we got to get all this arranged.
Okay.
Hey, getting old is not easy. We got to get this stuff scheduled.
Pamela said gas at Sam's Club in Lake Lake is $3.15. Where I am upstate New York is $3.79. Well, I didn't see any $3.15 today. Everybody was $3.49. There was one place that was down to $3.39 because when it goes down below $3.20, that's when I fill up. I usually about once a month. But yeah, I didn't know that, or I'd have been over Sam's Club getting gas.
JRNJ says, New York, New York. The town is so great they named it twice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd love that song.
David Kozak. When we get back, we want to get together and have a beer with you guys. Sue don't drink beer.
I don't do beer, so I'm going to cost you.
Yeah. She'll get a margarita or something, I guarantee you.
Yeah. Oh, Linda K says it's $4.44 in Oregon. Wow.
See, I don't get this gas prices changing so much like that. Is this?
Yeah. Well, and they'll be changing back to the winter version here shortly, so it'll be another.
Cindy G, what's the status of
change.
me riding along? Well, I don't know exactly if this is true, but I don't have no reason to doubt this. Matter of fact, I think I said something to somebody about it today. I emailed somebody that asked the same question. I was told, or I got an email from somebody, which I don't even remember the name. I don't save all this stuff. Saying that he talked to the chief. I guess he knows the chief, and the chief told him that the ride along was probably not going to happen because if he lets me ride along, then he has to let everybody ride along.
Yeah.
And
And you know, there's a lot of social media out there right now.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. They got a right to say yay or nay to whatever, but whatever. Anyway, that's what I heard, and he sent me that, let me know. But the chief never told me that. The last email I got from him was they were still working on it. It's been long enough now, though. That's what I'm saying. I think that email I got from that guy is probably right. They're not going to let me ride along for whatever the reasons are. Marty says, thanks for taking my call. Am I far behind? I feel like I'm far behind.
I think you are.
Laura,
I said, you get some that I don't get for some odd reason.
this is just what's on StreamYard.
Okay. But like I said, you can see, well, William wants to know if you can have a potbelly pig as a pet in TV in the villages.
Truth of it is, I don't see why not. Why not?
Yeah.
The only thing you got to know is it says in all the district rules that I know of, anytime your pet is outside your house, it has to be on a leash.
Yeah.
Now that rule's broken daily.
But you have to be in charge of your animal. Yeah.
That ain't what it says. It says it must be on a leash. Doesn't say be in charge of your animal, blah, blah, blah. There's a reason for that. It keeps people from losing their pets to coyotes come running up there real fast and take your dog before you even know it.
Yeah. And there was a lady actually with Lost Pets of the Villages that had a nice information on the, I think it was the Nextdoor site. And she was telling people, you know, that, yeah, you trust your dog not to run away, but sometimes they do. And I said, you think they only stay in your yard. Sometimes they do, but there's instances where they don't.
Here's a question. So they do stay in your yard. What about that stray dog, that stray pit bull that somebody dumped out that comes running down the road that wants to go in there and kill your dog for no reason at all? It doesn't stop that.
Right.
This is why if it's on a leash, you can avoid a lot of these problems.
Yeah. And I said, that's why it's humane to them to keep a hold of them. Because once they get out here, if they get in the swamps, the gators could get them.
Gator will get them.
Or, if you've got a cute little fuzzy dog and it's running around loose, somebody will pick it up. So yeah, you want to keep a hold of them, but that's what the rules are, is they are supposed to be on a leash, and it doesn't mean just dogs.
No, you got to have your cat on a leash too. You can't let
if
cats
you
out
open the door and let the cat out,
ask
leave your garage door
our
open.
neighbor about her cat when she kicked it out at night. The old thing, let your cat out at night to roam around. She found a yard full of fur the next day where some bird, eagle, I'm not sure who, took it and ate it.
Kathy B wants to know if you have any plans to do another nighttime golf cart ride. She says she's still checking about the lady that forgot her dog. That was a good video.
Yeah, I just done that at spur of the moment. I was sitting here. Sue was in bed, I think.
Yeah, I was.
And I couldn't sleep. There was nothing on TV, and it was nice out, and I miss these little nighttime rides. That was my best time to drive a truck when I early got into it. I had a semi truck, had no air conditioning in it back then. We didn't have no power steering. And I used to ride around in the middle of the night with the window down, arm hanging out, and I just liked it. And so it was nice weather, and I just thought, I'm going to run down to Brownwood. And I grab the camera all the time when I go out the door, because you never know when something's going to pop up. And I just take it. So when I went down there, I just video everything like I always do. And the lady with the dog and the yelling was something I just walked into. I had no idea what was going on there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. That was a good video, though. Brenda Marisha wants to know, are deed restrictions listed on the village's website? Yes.
Yeah.
And you can find so much information if you go to thevillagesdistrictgov.org.
Matter of fact, real quick, before we get out of here, let me see if I can find that, and I'll try to share the screen. I'll have Sue talk to you because I won't be able to see you.
Yeah. It's there's so much information on there, and I actually had to look it up the other day because I wanted to get a hold of the sanitation department, because if you have big stuff that you want to get rid of now, you it's $10 if you want something hauled away, not your regular trash. But like I said, I had a chair I wanted to get rid of and tried to give it away, and nobody wanted it.
What's that called? I can't think.
District Gov, the villages districtgov.org.
Yeah. I got it saved on here somewhere.
Yeah. So I went there and looked up the sanitation department and got their phone number so I could talk with them. And they just add it to your, they add that $10 to your water bill every month, or that month, whatever you have picked up. But that's something, if you have something that's big that you can't get rid of, well, they will pick it up for you. No.
Okay, man, it's been so long since I've been on here. I'm not sure where is it at. Annual report, Americans for Disability, CDD orientation, district workshop. I'm looking. Employment.
But yeah, but then you have to go by see the headings up on the yellow line. There's also
your district. Here it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to share. Let me see if I can do this. If I hang up on you, I've been known to do that. Hold on. I'm not really good at this, but I generally can get it done. Where does it have to go? I want to go where it says share something.
So you're the computer guru. I don't have any idea. I know you're struggling.
I'm on the wrong one, I think. Invite? No, that's not it either.
But anyhow, you can find just about anything on that. You can find your deed restrictions, your how many groups there are, and if you want to know how you get a hold of somebody to do pickleball. And like I said, you can usually find it on districtgov.org site.
Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one.
You knew how to do it, but you got the wrong picture.
Yeah, I got the wrong picture. Hold on.
Oh, Pamela Hall says, my son winters in the Water Oak community and was wondering how the construction is progressing in that area. Well, Pamela, I don't go over there, so, in that area that often because of the construction. So okay. I really don't know.
Hold on a minute. Okay, you guys can see that right there. That's the web page. I'm going to go away, but you can still see that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I said
that's the website right there for the Villages Community Development District. See this up here where I'm going around it? And right here where it says your district, go right down through there. District 1, District 2, 3, 4, 5. And you just click on it. And there it is. This is Community Development District number 10. And it talks about, got phone numbers, up to county ordinances. It talks about everything that's allowed. And it goes on and on. There's, part 3. And I'm not even sure how many there are here. And all this stuff over here goes with it. District 10 homes, the agendas, audit information, board of supervisors, who they are, private phone numbers, and the budget and deed restrictions. You click on that.
That's what I said. You can find just about anything.
Well, I'm just saying on deed restrictions. See all these little areas here? That's the different sections. I think we was in section something like, you remember?
Never mind.
Oh, she's always afraid somebody's going to come in here and kill me. And anyway, over here you got the atrium dales, all the villa areas for this area, and you just click on any one of them in your area, and then it'll tell you exactly what you can print them off. So I guess I can get out of here now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, you can get them. They're not hidden. So when people say that they didn't know, I don't know why they don't know. You get them when you buy the house. Well, I shouldn't say that, because if you sell your house to an outside realtor, I don't really know how that process is. I don't know that they actually provide you with the information. I know Villages does, but I don't know if the outsiders do.
Yeah.
So, but it's something you need to know, because if you sign your name on that dotted line, as you've heard me say over and over again, and I know people are sick of it, if something happens, you're going to be liable for it. The old excuse of, well, that's the way it was when I bought it, ain't going to work. At least not right now. It ain't going to work.
No. And I've got a question there, but it won't all come up. So I've got to wait until somebody else. That's what I said. I don't get all that you get for some reason.
Well, you're at the bottom then.
Yeah. There it is. So Sue, you've mentioned ladies luncheon. Is that a club or just your neighborhood? That's just my neighborhood. I do a ladies lunch for our neighborhood here, and sometimes I invite my friends too. Depends on. I usually make a reservation someplace. I usually make it for a certain amount, and if I don't have enough neighbors that want to go, then I invite my friends to come with me. But our neighborhood's very active. They do a ladies' breakfast and a ladies' lunch. They have a social every month for the whole neighborhood. They have driveway parties. I mean, there's a little bit of everything going on. They have bus trips every once in a while. But yeah, I do the ladies' lunch once a month, and the ladies' breakfast is in the same place every month. But when I do the lunch, I like to go different places. And like I said, that way I take everybody with me. I get to have lunch with everybody. Like I said, try out different places, and I've got company to eat with me. So
Nicetown High School gym was used in the movie Hoosiers.
Yes.
Probably the old high school. They got a new one now.
mhm.
Where's the frog chair? Oh God, that's long gone. Long gone.
Yeah, that's the one that I had the trash haul off.
Like my uncle Walter used to say, every time I get a chair broken in where it fits me really good, my wife throws it out and gets me a new one.
I couldn't even give it away.
Just a hello from Softville, Ontario.
Oh, hey, Ontario. Yeah, David says that Terry and him met me at the breakfast, one of the ladies' breakfasts at Bob Evans. Yeah.
Is this the same Bob Evans that's getting shut down all the time for cleanliness problems?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Or was the one at Colony?
Yeah.
Is that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Jen says your neighborhood sounds great. I feel sorry for people buying in new areas and have renters as neighbors. You know, they tell me like Richmond. Somebody said a while ago that Richmond had a lot of renters. Well, you know, invite the renters. You know, take them to lunch with you. That's what I said. You know, with my ladies' lunch, I don't care who comes. I said it's for the neighborhood ladies. I put it out on the neighborhood website.
Oh, it ain't enough for a neighborhood lady.
But
Linda comes. She don't live here.
That's what I said.
And how many women's moved out of here to Finney, and they all come?
Well, once a crane, always a crane. So,
that's what they say. Once a crane, always a crane. I am not a crane.
You are too.
They never invite me.
You're not a lady.
Oh, that's right. I had a line. My trucker mine says, "Shut up." I let it go.
But I always say all I need is a head count, you know, so I can make the reservation. So, you know, that's what I said. I take my friends sometimes. Judy and Linda comes with me sometimes. Kyle Rizzo, she comes with me sometimes. And I said, you know, I've got the extra chairs. I said I make a reservation for a certain amount. So, but it's mainly for the neighborhood ladies, and I think they enjoy going different places. And we've went to Anala this month. We're going to Grand Oaks Bistro in Weirsdale, and it's a horse farm, and it's a beautiful place. It really is. They used to have a buggy museum there. I don't know what it is now, but they, you know, the horse and buggy type thing, and they used to have the buggy museum there. But somebody said they were changing it to classic cars. I don't know, but they do have the arena, and they have the dressage there, and they do a lot. I think the last 2 or 3 weeks they've had a kind of a circus. They had acrobats on horses or something like that. But it's a beautiful place. It's out a little bit out in the country from the villages, but that's where we're going this month. But we always enjoy it.
I don't know.
I know you don't get to come.
I don't get to go. But that's okay, because when I used to run the or I didn't run it actually, but when I used to go to the Hillsborough Men's Beer Day, which is still going on, been years later, and I think it's still going on. It was called Men's Beer Day. So when a woman would drop by and sit at our table, she kind of got shunned.
Yeah, because the first beer day, they didn't tell me it was for. He drags me in there because he didn't know. And I said, I'm sitting there and there's all I'm in there. And I thought, I'm going to go shopping. But then after that, they made it the men's beer day.
Yeah. Men's. beer
The
day.
women have Martini Monday.
That's fine. I don't want to go. Too many women.
Yeah, but it's, you know.
Listen, it's just like the show WNL. Or it's just like when I get these girls together to do a top 10 so I can get it recorded so I can edit it and do a top 10 thing. You guys don't see it all. I lose total control. I can't get anybody to do what I want them to do to make it easy. I want to ask a question, give an answer, stop. You give me that little pause right there for editing, and it makes it a lot easier. They don't understand that, but I do. And I'll go to say, Judy, give me your answers, stop. And then it starts. Linda will say something like, oh, yeah, don't forget about the, and then you know, then they're all talking back and forth, and I'm just sitting there like, you know, and then when I go to edit this, I got all this stuff, noise in there that I'm trying to get rid of.
We get so comfortable, we forget we're on camera, actually. And it's just like any conversation. Misty Duke says, hello, Skip and Sue, moving to the Villages next week, thanks to you. Well, great, honey, come on down.
Who's coming?
Misty Duke.
Mr. Who?
Misty Duke.
Are you new? Are you new to the channel? If you are, welcome.
I think so, because I don't think I've seen that.
I always like to know who's new. You know,
Yeah.
there's new people that show up. I like to know who they are.
Jen Smith said, how did you meet the folks in WNL? Linda.
Linda was a follower of mine when I was the only YouTuber here then. And she was a follower of mine. She came down one year, her and Frank, Roy, and she called us up and said that they were going to have breakfast down at 2J's at Brownwood when Brownwood was brand new. And 2J's was the restaurant that was kind of at that time in between fields of where Brownwood was at. And it was kind of like out by itself. And I'd never been there. And I said, well, soon I'll come down and have breakfast with you. And we went down there and we met them. And we got along good with them, and they ended up buying a house. And she would send me emails, ask my opinion about this or that. I'd tell her what I thought, and I gave her phone numbers of things and stuff like that. That's all. And then one day we were going to take the RV. I knew at that time, yeah, we knew she was from California, and she was moving out, but I didn't know why. None of my business. I don't ask. And we was going out to California, and she said, well, if you need a place to park that RV, just come up here to my place. I said, okay, we'll park there for a couple of days if you don't mind. She said, no, you can stay. We have plenty of room. Plenty of room. Got 20 acres. I'm going, oh, cool. I didn't know it was at the top of a mountain. And then she gives Sue directions how to get there. And it was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, because they don't believe in guardrails there. Unless it's on the top of a mountain. And we actually didn't get to park at her house because her house is too far up. We parked in her neighbor's yard.
Yeah. Super nice guy, though.
Yeah. Great people. Yeah.
Guy had an outside toilet he made next to a pond that he's got there. And in that, he made a statement there. He said, yeah, if you guys need to use the outside toilet, if you don't want to use your RV toilet, he said, there's one in there. He said, it flushes and everything. Sue was in there. We was watching TV or whatever. And I kept that in my mind going, flushes, an outside toilet that flushes. I got to go see this. I went over there. Sure enough,
it was his office.
Yeah, it was an outside toilet that flushed.
That was really cute. Misty Dukes has been watching and learning about the Villages for 4 years. Just retired, and I'm heading that way as fast as I can. Skip, you remind me of my stepfather from St. Louis. I can't wait to meet you.
Well, I'm here. I'll be here as long as the Lord lets me be here.
Yeah.
Elaine, hi, Skip and Sales. I was hoping to hear. Yeah, I did. You're right. There, somebody that lives in the Villages. I don't know who it was. Won the $1 million lottery.
Yeah.
He won $1 million. I don't know how much he won. Why they call that lottery? She's down here. She says $1 million ticket. Did he win $1 million? Is that all?
Yeah, that's what it was. The Florida State Lottery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was $1 million. They got the ticket at Magnolia, somewhere at Magnolia Plaza.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Publix.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I haven't heard from Judy and Linda, so maybe one of them won it.
Yeah. Maybe they did. Maybe they did and don't even know it yet.
Yes.
Boy, if they did, that means they got to take us out to dinner.
Yeah.
Because I don't do anything without my WNL crew. I know when Ira sent me an email saying, hey, we're inviting you to come to my grand opening. Right away, I said, can I bring my WNL crew? Because if I can't bring a W&L crew, and can I video? If I can't do either, I'm not coming. He said, oh, absolutely. So I knew he meant everybody. I just like giving him a hard time.
Yes, yes. Bear Creek Girl says, my husband and I are coming down in August. Pretty nervous. We're not used to the social atmosphere.
Did you say thanks to Brickhead?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
For the $4.99. Thanks,
Yes.
Brickyard.
Boy, you are back far.
I am. I'm behind.
Did you hear what I said?
Huh.
Bear Creek Girl says, my husband and I are coming down in August. Pretty nervous. We're not used to the social atmosphere. Well, you don't have to be.
No, you don't have to do anything.
No,
I mean,
no.
I'm pretty much an introvert. I'm being honest with you. I'm not joking. I've always been that way. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. I lived in a truck for 38 years by myself. So when you live in that kind of a small space, I've 38 years of it, you kind of get used to being alone a lot.
You don't do group things.
I don't like doing group things.
Yeah.
I will. Don't get me wrong. I will, but I'm a little uncomfortable about it because I don't know anybody there and I just don't like that. I used to go to squares all the time. I haven't been to a square in probably 4 or 5 years at least.
Yeah.
I just, I do my thing. Well, I'd like doing YouTube right now. Someday I might decide, I don't know, build a race car in the garage or something. I don't know. I'd like to travel more in the RV is really what I'd like to do. It just gets kind of tricky.
But you don't have to get involved with any of that stuff. Like I said, everything's voluntary, the social, the lunches, the breakfasts. And I love it. I'm not an introvert. And I said, I like to get out and go and shop. And I love meeting new people. And like I said, I think everywhere I go, I meet new people now. And that's the only good thing. I thought YouTube was kind of creepy, truthfully, and didn't really want much to do with it until Skip started doing this. So, but it's a great way of meeting people. And I've found some great friends.
Well, I don't mind meeting people in a small, I just don't like going to a party where there's 100 people there. I can do it, like a neighborhood driveway party, and I've done it. You've seen the video, but I'm just a little uncomfortable with it. That's all. Unless there's people there I know. And I went to that one down there at, what's that neighborhood called where Linda lives? Anyway, wherever she lives. I went to that one and I did the video. You saw it. But I knew Linda. I knew Judy. I knew Frank. I knew the people at the Golden Retrievers Club was there. I knew people there, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Mr. Duke says, Skip, how do we buy you a Yingling?
Come here.
Well, just send him an email, honey, and let him know when you're around. When you guys get here, send an email and let us know that you're here and when you got time available.
Have you said hi to all these people? Mary Mayhew says hi.
Eliza, I don't remember that name, so I probably missed that one. That's what I said. You're way ahead of me, and a lot of those, we were setting things up here.
Karen says she's got Massey. I think we were talking about termites at that time.
Yes.
Yeah. Terry, yeah.
Bear Creek Girl says we are both very social, just haven't lived in an area where people get together. We've just fallen away from being around people. Yeah, you do that.
Well,
we were farmers.
I will say that's the difference between a new area and an older area. A brand new area, it seems like it was that way here. It seemed like every week one of our neighbors was having a driveway party. That was their way of introducing themselves to everybody that lived there.
Yeah.
In an older area, they don't do that, I don't think, anymore. We haven't had a driveway party here since I can't even tell you when. And if we have, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
But it slacks off after a while.
And they have an annual driveway party here for October. They have Oktoberfest.
You're on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, it's Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, I was just, I just wanted to say how much I enjoy I just want to say how much I enjoy the news that you give, the news about what.
Oh, you got to turn your radio down.
You got to turn your TV or your radio down. You got a feedback.
I'm walking into the other room. I just wanted to say how much that I enjoy the news that you give about the crime and all that. I just think it's very interesting.
Yeah. Well, the crime here is really not that much, and it's not. Most of it's not violent crime or anything.
I know it's really low, but it's not in the other shows. And so I think it's really unique. Just wanted to thank you. I live in California and I'd like to move there someday, but it's quite a big move. So
It is.
It is a big move. I mean, that's from one side of the country clean to the other.
Yeah. Love your show. When you sit and talk on the porch and everything, actually. So
Well, you should join us on the porch.
yeah. Anyway, I want to let you know that.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Did you thank John OC for the $5?
No,
Okay, John OC. Thanks for the $5. Appreciate
did
it.
not see that. That's what I said. I'm not getting everything. I don't know why. Cheryl Lancaster says, hi, Sue and Skip. I'm new to your page. I'm just starting my research to move to the villages. You guys are very enjoyable. Well, thank you.
Well, the main research you want to know, as far as I'm concerned, house prices, which you already know. Make up a mind whether you want new or pre-owned. Pre-owned homes here generally cost more than a brand new one, just so you know. The bond is very, very, it's really something you need to know about. The older areas, you might buy a house with absolutely zero bond. And then you may go, in my area, the average bond is $30,000 per house. You go down to the Finney area, not all the area, but a lot of that area down there now is upwards of, I've heard, $40,000 a house. So the bond could be an issue. Those are the things you really want to know about. Forget the golf, forget all that, because that's everywhere. But if you like the idea of doing pitch and putt, that seems to be something popular that people are getting into. You're going to find all that down in the Finney area. I don't think there's pitch and putt anywhere else.
No, we don't have them north of 44. We don't have any pitch and putts.
So those are the kind of issues you really want to know is that.
Yeah. And then, like I said, and the south of 44 are younger folks. The a lot of people, the 55-year-olds that are retiring and so on. Like I said, they're going to the south because that's where the younger people are. Not always. And like I said, when you buy a pre-owned house, a lot of times you get extra stuff because the stuff's already done. They've enclosed the lanai, they've put in the mini splits, they've painted the driveways, that kind of stuff. When you buy a pre-owned home, you get some of that stuff that's already been done.
Pamela says, would you put the hot tub in a lanai? It's a thought, Pamela. I know they do that. I actually had a big pad put on the back of the house next to the pad that was there, and that was specifically put there for a hot tub. But yeah, I know you can put them in the lanai, but one thing about when you put them in the lanai, because the door is so small, it isn't like our lanai, you can just walk in there with a 4-foot wide hot tub. They have to put it in pieces, so you have to buy probably a particular type of hot tub to be able to get in there. And you get the chlorine smell in there because our lanai is enclosed. So I don't know if I'd be interested in that. I'd probably put it outside.
Yeah, and we've got a special place to put it actually outside.
Karen says, not bad here. In Hawaii, cockroaches are 34 inches long and centipedes are 8 inches long. Well, in Hawaii, I wouldn't worry about the cockroaches. I'd worry about the centipedes. They bite. They bite and they hurt.
Yeah. Oh, we got, I don't know who is.
That looks like Kozak's picture.
David Kozak. Well, thank you, David.
Thank you, David. Appreciate it, man.
Overjoyed, I have been researching TV as well. I have to wonder why the older neighborhoods would stop holding parties. Seems most of the newer areas are largely bought by investors. Well, the older areas, people are just getting older.
Yeah, that's it. That's your answer. To if you have a question about the older areas, why this or why that, in most cases, it's because they're old. When you're 85 years old, you're not interested in going downtown to the square and dancing. You're old. Well, I hate to say that, but I mean, I'm 71 now.
Yeah.
And even though you might think that this young looking face here has no problems at all, listen, this 90-some degree temperature out here will get to you.
Yes, yes. And when you go down to the squares, you're out in the sun. I mean, they've got seating areas that are covered, but not all the time. So, when they start at 5 o'clock, a lot of times you're still in the sun. And
that's what makes Brownwood a really nice square. It's the only square that has that, what do you call that, rafter seating.
Yeah.
and they've got that overhang.
But and they put the flag things over in Lake Sumter. I can't think of what they call them now. The sails. They call them sails, but they're just wedge shaped pieces of material that gives you a little shade.
To how many people? 1,000 goes up there.
Well,
and
that's
there's
what I
enough-
mean. You're not always in the shade. That's
I was going to say that there's enough shade up there for 100 people, and there's 1,000 that show up.
yeah. Yeah.
That's well thought
So,
out.
But it gives you a little bit. That's,
Here's
you
what
know.
we did when we used to go to Lake Sumter. We used to do this in the summertime up there when I lived up there. If you go across the street, there's a big white building up there. I think that's the sales office.
Center. Yeah.
Out in front on that big wraparound
Love that porch. Yeah.
big wraparound porch. There's all kinds of cushioned couches and chairs and everything around there, just across the street. We used to go get a beer, get a martini, whatever you want to do, go over there and sit down in a comfortable chair and sit over there and watch people dance and listen to the music.
Yeah. It was more comfortable. You didn't have to sit in the bleachers.
And you're out of the
Plastic
sun.
chair and you're out of the sun. But yeah.
Pocono race is going on just down the road from us this weekend. I don't know where that is, Dave.
Pocono. The Poconos. You know where that's at?
I don't know. Is that where Dave's at?
I guess.
I don't either. I don't know what Pocono race is.
You do know.
I know. I really don't. Is it IndyCar? Is it NASCAR? Go-karts? I don't know.
Oh, well. Cheryl Lancaster wants to know what's a mini split.
Mini split, you'll see a lot of them. Hotels has got them. A lot of them's got them where the actual air conditioning unit itself, the noisy part, you might say, is actually outside in a flower bed or whatever. And then inside your house will be this long, usually it's a long, skinny thing that's mounted up high.
Or in the ceiling.
Yeah, because Linda got hers put in the ceiling. They do offer them too, but most of them has that. It's a long thing. You'll see. You get a remote control box with it, and you can set the temperature, the speed of the fan. You can even set the louvers where they'll go up and down like that automatically, and it's almost virtually quiet. You just don't hear anything. And in the lanais here, because lanais are small anyway, it isn't like I can screw any kind of an air conditioner to a glass door. Our whole lanai is glass enclosed. And you're not allowed to have, in my district, you're not allowed to have window air conditionings at all. So everybody gets that they want an air conditioner lanai, they all get the mini split. And I've looked at them and it's a good fit. It really is.
And basically it's a small air conditioner.
It's a small air conditioner that's legal to have.
Because you don't want to tax your regular air conditioner by opening the doors and trying to cool that out there. You could, but it puts like I said, it puts a big use on your regular air conditioner.
You know, Dave Kozak rebuilds golf carts and everything. I'm just relating here. He's a good mechanic. Maybe he could put one in for me.
He won't be here for a while. And he says the cars are Poconos is NASCAR.
Oh, okay. NASCAR. I'm not big on NASCAR. I went to a NASCAR race once and I thought a lot of the fans there were just rude. I'm not interested.
Well, and they about smoked us out.
Yeah, they smoked us out, man.
They were smoking all the way around us, and I said, you know, most places nowadays they don't allow you to smoke, but we were at a NASCAR race and they about choked us to death.
Debbie says can't respond sometimes, but a subscriber. Why not, Debbie? You can respond anytime you want. When we're on porch sitting, you just type it in there. And we find out that on porch sitting, truthfully, it ain't me and Sue that they really want to talk to all that much, truthfully. I think there's a couple hundred people that'll show up. And if you watch the chat, they're talking to each other on the chat.
Yeah, y'all can give each other tips. That's a good way to do that. Some people that are on our show, they live here. And so, you know, instead of asking us questions, you can ask them questions.
Eastport Lake looks cool. I don't know about no lake.
They're putting a lake in Eastport, just like they have in Lake Sumter.
Like Lake Sumter.
Yeah,
okay, well, if they're doing that, it'll be cool.
Yeah, it is. And I got to tell you, if you guys ain't seen the Lake Okahumpka, the rec center down there.
Let's say that name 3 times, folks. Ready? Okahumpka.
Yeah, that rec center down there and that little lake back there behind it, you know, and you can kayak back there. They give lessons a couple days a week, actually. And that's kind of cool. And they will be opening. There's a restaurant. It's not a restaurant. I think it's going to be a snack food thing.
Whoops.
But it's going in there. They said the fourth quarter of the year they'd be putting in is called Harry and the Natives. So but it'll be a kind of a snack area back there. So
Kelly B says, hi, I'm stuck at work. I can't chat, but wanted to say hi. That's okay, Kelly. You keep them streets safe.
oh my
Those-
gosh, you're way behind.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
I'm doing the best I can do. Hot Job says, Skip grocery shopping was the best video he ever put out.
We're gonna have to quit here. Do you know what time it is?
No,
It's 9:37.
it's her bedtime.
Yes, past my bedtime.
I'll be up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
editing.
Oh.
Hi, you're live on the air.
Oh.
Oh my God, they hung up on me.
Yeah, they sure did. David Kozak says he does work on mini golf carts. It is his business up there in the Poconos.
I know, but I want him to come down and put on a mini air split for me.
Oh yeah, Karen says she always thanks Oompa Loompa. Yeah.
Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, instead of
That's what I say.
Yeah.
It's an Indian name. I don't know what it means. Speaking of that, every time I put out a video, I've got a subscriber that's been there for a long. I guess he's subscribed. I don't really know that. Been there for a long time, and he always leaves comments, which I appreciate, but I never know what he's saying. He might be calling me a name I don't even know, but he'll say great, and then there'll be a word after it. And I even tried to Google a couple of the words last night to see what they meant, and Google couldn't even come up with anything. So I don't even know what these words mean.
Yeah, you don't know whether he's yelling at
I
you or
don't.
calling you names.
He might be
or-
saying, call me a dumbass. I don't
I've
even know.
seen some of those, and I'm going, what?
Yeah, I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
I think he's having fun with it.
Oh,
Karen says DeLuna sold out quickly last year.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. I do know that.
Yeah.
You're on the air.
Hello, Skip and Sue. How are you doing tonight?
We're doing great, hon. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just want to say that I was the one that hung up on you, and I totally apologize for that.
It's all right. We don't care. It's fine.
Well, I'm calling you because I want to say thank you for all the information that you give to everybody.
Oh,
It's very informative, and you keep us up to date. And a little bit of story about me. I've been going down to the villages since 1994,
Oh, yeah.
so I've seen a lot.
Yeah,
Yes,
you've
yes.
seen a lot. And
things are different,
and I'll
aren't
tell
they?
you, do you live here now?
No, I don't, but I
Okay.
plan on moving down. It's a remarkable area. It's just nothing that's not around anywhere. I've taken friends down there, and they're like, oh my gosh, you've told us about this, but you actually have to experience it
Well,
to be able to.
when we first started coming down here, we never really told anybody about it at all, because at one point we didn't even know it was a retirement community. But then when we figured out what it was, and we was coming down every year for probably at least 10 years, and
We didn't think we could afford to live here.
no,
truthfully.
and then when a friend of ours said, well, what is that place down there? And the hardest part we had was, how do you explain what this is?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, my dad moved down in 94. He retired from GM and was checking places out because they sent brochures. The villages sent brochures to like all the GM retirees. And he was checking things out down in Florida. And for 2 years, he was checking things out in the wintertime because we're from Michigan. And he decided on that. And I mean, he went down for a month by himself because my mom was still working part-time and she wasn't quite sure. And he wanted to make sure it was the right move. So he went down, and they stayed a couple of times down there for like a month or two. And then he went down for like a month just to make sure that was the place he wanted. And he talked to the neighbors, and he really, checked everything out. But it was really good for them because he was able to do things that in a normal community you wouldn't have all those choices to do, and everybody's so active.
Yes, that makes a big difference because I remember watching my folks after they retired, and they sit on the couch and watched old Gunsmoke reruns. I mean, that was their life after retirement. And I just thought, I don't want to do that.
My dad was like golfing up in Michigan, and it was like starting to snow, and he was golfing. He goes, what the heck am I doing here? I need to get my butt down to Florida.
There you go. Yeah. Well, we had a place here before we moved here. We had a place here, and And I said, the last time I remember, I slipped and fell on the ice and busted my head open. And I thought, this is dumb. I'm going to Florida.
Right, exactly. That's kind of like the final thing, but
Yeah.
I do appreciate you guys. I am moving down there. My parents have passed away, and so has my aunt that lived down there. But I have another relative that moved down there, and I get to visit. At least I get to visit them, and have a free place to stay. I mean, but I'm really close to them, so I'm just everything has to line up right. But I will be down there for sure.
Great.
And
Just take your time. You'll be okay.
yeah, it will happen when it happens.
Well,
But
like this lady said a while ago, it's a big move.
It is a big move, but people sometimes get the feeling here, and I hear it a lot, and I don't understand how. And we got that. You get this feeling that if I don't buy now, I'm not going to get something. And as I know, they bought enough land now that they could build houses at this rate for 20 years.
right, exactly. And I've seen the market go up and down, and I've been really checking it out for the last, I've seen it go up and down the last 10 years. So it's got to be all right. Plus, work knows that I mean, they used to get scared when I used to come down to the villages because they know, big golfing down there. And to tell you a quick little story, I was going down there and the CEO was getting really nervous. And it was back like in 2008, 2009. And I said, hey, let me know if I don't have a job, let me know when I'm down in Florida, so I'll just stay down there. And he goes, what are you talking about? Of course you have a job. And then I made a joke. I said, listen, I said, someone's going to have to give me $1 million to move down there. And, to give me cash for $1 million for me to quit my job and everything. And then he felt so much better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's something you got to think about. It is a big move. I mean, no matter where you come from, I mean, you uproot your life that you've been someplace maybe your whole life, and then you got to go somewhere totally. It's a lot of questions about the politics of the state, and state taxes, and my retirement money, and what do you do with how much is home? Right now, it's about insurance
and finding a doctor.
If doctors, yeah, there's a big one. Finding a doctor. Will my insurance work down there? All this stuff.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
big thing, but it's doable.
Well, it's just, I've seen people go down there. My cousin just moved down there, and she said she has never had such the nicest neighbors ever. I mean, it's unbelievable.
That's
She
right.
says you just feel like a community. It's just everybody watches out for everybody. And
Yeah.
it's just, and I've talked to different people and they said, move down here. And I'm looking forward to it. I really am. But I'm going to let you two go. Thank you for doing everything you do. And we do appreciate you.
Okay.
It's so nice talking to you.
Next time
Thank you.
Next time I go live again, make sure you call back.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Oh,
I'm about ready to end this.
yes, I think
I'm
we
trying to
need
get to the bottom here. I don't want to ignore anybody.
Bear Creek Girl says good night. Maybe see you in August. Yeah, give us send us an email. Let us know when you're here.
Is it true these homes sold for under 200? That's little. Some of them did, not all, but yeah, before COVID, it wasn't unusual to find homes up in the older areas for under 2.
Yeah.
And
When in our first place, it was a patio villa, and
I got it for 134.
yeah.
And that's kind of a weird story too. Should I tell it again?
No,
No, I won't tell you.
you don't have enough time.
No, I have enough time. I'll do that some other time. But yeah, I got that for 134. Had it for I don't know how long. I never had on plans on selling it. It was a nice home, great location, 2-bedroom, 2-bath villa, big enough for a part-timer, right? Because I was going to be 6 months here, 6 months up there. I always thought that would be the greatest way to do things. But times, changes when you get older. And so we ended up selling it. So when I sold it, what did we get out of that? Like 190 something?
Yeah, something like that. It was
Yeah,
close
like
to
190 something. Full price cash offer. I was coming from Indiana. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And we sold it like in just a matter of a few days.
Yeah.
So, wow, that was kind of cool. So we bought this place, and then COVID come along. And then I'm watching houses, because what you guys don't know is I always say houses come in three here. We already had our third house picked out, and we had to go to California, and we couldn't put that off. We had to go. So we get out there, we do our 4 or 5 week tour thing, and we come back. And Sue checked on that house, the model house. We didn't know what neighborhood, but we knew what model. And she said that model of house, and the 4 or 5 weeks we were gone, had jumped up $100,000.
And then it continued going up after that.
So that was the end of that. So I thought, well, this place is cool. You know?
This is fine for us because, you know, I don't want to worry about bills. You know, this place is paid for. And I said, at our age, worrying about how you're going to make the mortgage, it's just, it wasn't, you know, wasn't something I was looking forward to. So this place is fine. It's between a want and a need. You know, we needed a house. This is fine.
Kyle Rizzo. My only answer to you, Kyle, is I'm always up this late. She's the one that's past her bedtime. I'm the guarantee you, I never get to bed much before 2 o'clock in the morning. Because this is where I sit at night when it's quiet. I can cut video, I can edit in here, and I don't have nobody bothering me.
That's why I said normally we don't spend Saturday together because he's in here.
Yeah. So this isn't unusual for me, but I'm going to end this because she's past her bedtime.
Yeah, I gotta get my beauty sleep, guys. No. Oh, are you gonna get it?
Oh, I thought you were joking.
Okay. Well, it's been nice chatting with y'all.
I had an email from Discern the Bible today.
Oh, yeah?
Not an email. An email or a text message? Anyway, I forget what it was.
Oh, well, they're on here.
I know he's right here.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think I forget what it was. I think it was a question, but I'm not sure. Wish I had been online sooner. I could have seen the whole thing. We're just rambling.
Well, and you know, he could put this on replay when we get done.
Yeah.
And so you'll be able to see.
Nobody ever watches replay.
Well, you never know.
Listen here. We've been on here for 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Who is going to go to replay and sit down and watch a 2.5 hour, whatever this is?
Tomorrow's Sunday. Maybe they'll do it after church.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wait, before you take your nap. Oh, my goodness. Good night, Tammy. Well, I said, love being with y'all. Oh, I like Discern the Bible.
I almost feel like Johnny Carson. These people can go to bed with me.
Anyhow.
All right, that's enough. I've read everything. Everybody's saying good night. I think you're ready to go too, just like me. Had fun. We'll do it again. I usually do these where we call in like this. I usually do these like a surprise show because I'm always concerned about, you know, the things that can happen. And I got rid of them, but I did see some porn stuff on there. Apparently my moderators must have left.
Oh, well, Jerry caught some of it, but yeah.
I was going to say, but I got rid of them.
He had to leave.
I blocked them from the channel, so they're gone. I hate it when that happens. There's just nothing I can do about it except block them when they show up.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here and just say bye to everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. I don't know when it's going to be. I usually just surprise pop them up like this.
But join us for porch sitting on Wednesday. Yeah.
What should I end with? I got some things I can end with for people to be a little entertained anyway. I can do WrestleMania and his wife doing the where they're making fun of you and Deb.
Some people don't know what me and Deb was, you know.
Yeah.
They haven't went through the archives.
Yeah. I think I'll do that. I'm going to play WrestleMania and his wife making fun of Sue and Deb. And with that being said, we're just going to say goodbye, everybody.
Bye. See you on the other side.
Oh, I hear Deb's coming back.
I really thought the wine industry was going to collapse without Deb drinking.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Today we are going to the Sunny Pint Tap Room and Eatery, located in Freedom Plaza, just down the street from Brownwood. Let's go look inside.
For those of you who are new to our little episodes, my name is Sue.
And I'm Deb. How y'all doing, sugar?
They have a wonderful little menu right here with prices you can see on the side. There is a wall full of taps for beer. Not sure how many there are, but it is a bunch. Deb said she is going to try the Sweet Baby Jesus.
That's right, sweetie. I'm having the Sweet Baby Jesus.
They have a large beer list and even have some wines for those like me who don't like beer.
Oh, hallelujah. They got them there some beer flights.
The food looks very good. I got the caprese panini.
I got the small charcuterie plate. I think I got that right. Oh, goodness me.
The Sunny Pint has plenty of inside seating. They also have a small porch area to sit at if you prefer the great Florida weather.
Oh, yes, honey. I love the Florida sun just washing all over my body.
Thank you for joining us today at the Sunny Pint. I really enjoyed my food. How about you, Deb?
I thought mine was absolutely delightful.
That about does it then. I say this eatery is all forked up.